boy wonders, and welcome back to the table. Seamless, absolutely seamless.
Just like it was real.
It's why you show up live.
Just like we
my
rehearsed.
pants down. Goodbye, chat. I'm gonna shut you off now.
Tuesdays on twitch.tv/TeamFourStar.
Wow, you can catch this live. Who knew?
Yeah, Tuesday evenings, 5 o'clock Central Time, most of the time. We usually start a couple minutes late, having a little chit chat.
Usually the stream is
fashionably
running
late.
by 5.
All right, so now let me get back into the mindset.
We're stranded.
Yeah. Last we left our heroes, they left a very damning impression to a lot of the dock workers over at Jahal Cove, and
Because they were assholes.
well, can you blame them with all the demon incursion, and now there's a giant volcanic, like, snaking wall that follows around the entire island every time a demon shows up?
Yes.
Everyone was suspicious of demons, including the tiefling harbor keeper.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, you guys may have pointed fingers at him.
True. Can't deny that.
Just a wee bit.
After he pointed fingers at us.
May have been a bit of a retributional suspicion.
That and the person who died at the hands of a demon on Gas Isle might be a little bitter.
Just a wee bit.
Just a wee bit.
Just a wee bit.
You know,
He put a hole
Morgan,
in my
you're
chest.
racist to tieflings?
casual racism aside.
Yeah, sure, that's what it is.
I mean, like you just look at yourself and just go, yes, it's D&D. Xenophobia is a thing.
I'm just saying, you know, it's what, the baby orc scenario? Do you kill the baby orc because you know it's chaotic evil, or do you try to keep it alive?
Dude, that's
I'm not a
baby.
racist. What do you think I am? Some kind of funglet?
Dude, they literally made that a fucking Adventurers League thing.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
People made that a gag so hard that they actually made it into an Adventurers League game, and I played that one. It was literally, you have to transfer over the half-orc baby while everyone else is trying to kill it because it's a half-orc.
No.
Yeah, you have like a Knights Templar-esque order just trying to go after it or something.
That and just the townsfolk, too, of like, you have to go through the racist part of town and then go to the city.
Okay, so what I'm hearing here
They all
is
live in this neighborhood.
it's essentially D&D capture the flag, orc ball.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pass the baby! I'm open! Dex check. Oh no!
Do not spike the baby on touchdown.
Now it's even dumber than it would have been.
Pick it up on the fumble, come on!
Look out, a cleric!
Guy comes in with a hockey stick. Here I go! Bam!
And it's until stat went down by 1.
Yeah, the offensive line is nothing but like it's just a sheet of paladins. Just...
And who says you can't put sports in D&D?
Yeah,
Put me in, coach. I'm ready to roll.
It's like when I think it was like Halo 3 modded in Griff Ball.
Yeah!
Yeah.
I played the hell out of that.
Did not play much Halo, but I did play a few hours of that.
One more tangent before we actually get into the episode. There's actually a book someone made. It's kind of like, what's that Hogwarts game called?
Quidditch.
It's like Quidditch and football merged into one. It's called Siege Ball. It's by Mage Hand Press.
Oh, wow.
It's fucking super awesome.
What system does it run on?
5e.
Okay, wow.
Huh. Get your games on.
All right, so with that, you guys have been left stranded on the south end of Jahal Cove, where Wake had decided that it would be a cool idea to stop by with some acquaintances that he knows.
Thanks,
Gotta
Wake.
pass on the warning to everybody.
No, that's fair. And out of, you don't know if this is precaution or you don't know it's just because they're hungry, snarling gnolls that you have been taken prisoner by a bunch of raptor-riding gnolls.
Well, to be fair, they have us at spear point. Prisoner is a loose definition based on where we're at.
Well, how
power-wise.
diplomatic do you want to make this, Wake?
Oh, very much so. Hi! You know, we were looking for you guys. Any of you guys know Yogric? Maybe Quicken?
Everyone kind of stops and looks at each other and they start talking in a hushed tone.
I don't understand what they're saying.
Well, because it's all snarls and barks at this point.
Here, maybe I can help.
Oh, we done that already. That's why they have the spears at you.
That's right. They can hear me already. We don't mean you any harm. Please, I'm sure this is all a simple misunderstanding. We can get this figured out right away.
I know your
The
chief.
eggplant speaking. Why the eggplant speaking? You one of the green folk.
Oh, I'm not an eggplant, and, well, I might be there's definitely some green up here in this cap, I'm sure I could speak with the green folk just fine.
He's not with them, but we are looking for them as well.
He big and spongy. He not like them.
Very much so. He's very spongy.
I am.
Wait.
I do a Pillsbury Doughboy poke at his side.
They're speaking to each other. God damn it. They're speaking to each other. Unfortunately, do you speak Null?
Let me look through my list of no.
And the only person who can understand them right now with all the barks and growls is Chromagill because he has the.
Yeah, I've got my silver tongue just
Yep.
sitting here, so I'll be listening to them.
Yep. So
I was going to say he can communicate mentally, so it's possible for him to instantly translate in his own mind and pass it around if we wanted to flavor it that way. But I'll drop
that's
it.
fair, but just to get that.
No
in,
worries.
It's just like you can't understand them as of right now, but Chromagill can transfer that information to you
I'm
guys.
here as an intermediary.
Yeah. So they're now just like they're like kind of like hesitant, like they're backing off their weapons when you speak the leader and his brother's name. So you see that that's a little bit diffused. However, the raptors are kind of like less intelligent to that, so they're kind of like still snapping at you guys.
Hey, little fella, don't worry. Everything's going to be okay.
It's
all right.
animal. I've been around these things. Oh, fuck me. Natural wonders.
You gotta kick
It's
it off.
okay, little guy. Don't worry about it.
Wake, no, use your ghost hand.
Then they'll feel weird if they get touched by nothing.
When did your arm transform into the head of a raptor?
Crunch!
I tried to warn you.
Ow. I gently caress its tongue.
These are Royal Guard raptors. So
Why all the dice, Zito? That sounded like an absurd amount of dice.
Don't worry,
For
it
a
was-
big
don't-
lizard.
Don't worry, it was only 4d4.
rolling for every
Okay.
two.
No, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. 4d6.
Oh. It's just a level 3 sneak attack.
10 points of damage
Okay.
as this thing is now clamped onto your arm.
Ooh, you. This one's bigger than the ones I remember. Oh.
The knoll like looks down and sees that you're having a little difficulty with this. He's not sure if this is funny or if he should actually diffuse this. So he kind of just like grabs the feathers on the back of its head and yanks. And you watch as its mouth opens like a Pez dispenser and he pulls it away.
My blood spurts out.
Oh no, you don't. There's no blood like on this part of
Oh
your
no,
arm
there's
here.
no hand.
See, I didn't want to say
I know.
that,
You
but
pull away a stump.
where your elbow is, there's giant puncture wounds and the blood's dripping down. The rest of your hand is just covered in saliva.
Oh yeah, no. I'm small tangent. One time, one of my rats, like a couple of my rats, were fighting in their cage. I tried to break them up. One of them ended up latching onto my arm and biting down really hard. No blood immediately, but as soon as he let go, felt really bad about it. Just kind of walked off to the corner of the cage.
Once the pressure was gone.
Yeah, once he bit up, and then I moved my wrist, just a fountain of it, just
There is
right out there.
There is a small scar on the back of my palm from Barabbas.
Ah.
Same exact situation. Hit the
That's
bone.
that's a point
too.
against him. Just,
Yeah, hit the bone too.
yikes! That's a strong bird.
Beak.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when the thing's fucking mouth just went,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, Barabbas, thank you.
This is meant for killing prey.
This is
Wake goes to nursing his wound.
roll a medical.
Ow. Just taking what scraps of. What is wrong with you tonight, Dice? It's not a nat 1, but it's a 9.
Tries to suck the poison, which is the blood. This is how you do it, right?
Oh my god, I'm delicious.
Here, taste this.
This dice is going on cooldown for a second.
So they're now more in turn to speak with you at this point, Chromagill. So go ahead and state your piece at this point, because they understood that he knows who they're talking about, but they can only understand you at this point.
Wake had traveled here previously. We're two new companions who are new to these lands. However, there's a great big danger coming to this realm, and we want to warn you and let you know that there is a means of escape for those of you who are not willing to fight.
Why we escape? Navy ship here.
Oh, there's a Navy ship here.
Excuse me, fucking what?
Yes, Yes. Lord Quicken, part of Navy. He bring them here.
This Quicken fellow, did you know he was in the Navy?
Spits out his own blood. No, I did not know that. That must have been a relatively recent development.
Oh, well, apparently that's happened.
War Chief, War Chief Yogric only just came by recently.
It seems their war chief came by recently.
Well, let them know that we'd like to make audience with them if they have a camp nearby.
If it's possible, we would love to have a sit down with these fellows. Wake has a lot of catching up to do, and again, there's a bunch of trouble on the horizon that we'd love to warn you about.
They pull their raptors away from surrounding you guys, and they kind of like turn to like look towards the woods, and they nod their heads for you to follow.
After them.
All right.
After a few moments of walking and
Trying to keep pace with raptors.
yeah,
Oh, fuck. This is
Am I still at half speed?
kinda.
Great.
Yeah,
I'll be there in a minute.
Just you keep going. I'll find my way.
the raptors keep like pushing you with their head every time you like slow
Whoop,
down.
okay, all right. Or maybe I'll just keep coming.
They notice that you're like slugging along, but they kind of like just imagine that it's not like any like sort of like disease or anything or effects of alcohol. It's more just they're like, oh, slow vegetable.
I'm sorry. I had a heavy drink this morning, and it just really isn't letting go.
When they hear you say that, one of them kind of just like looks at you and then like hands you a sickle. Ring out.
No, it's not.
Ring out fluid from Mushroom Man.
No, I'll just hold on to this. It's my physiology that would hurt a lot. It's okay. It'll work itself out. It's
He like
fine.
squints at you and like licks his eye. Plant feel pain?
This would, yes, in a manner of it's really complicated. It's I still haven't quite fully grasped it, but things definitely hurt. I'm learning.
We learn too that humans and other creatures are fragile in their mind, not only their physical sense.
Very true. I have met a lot of troubled youths during this journey.
Would hurting you mentally be called if I said you were the word
Nope. I don't like where this is going.
He's like he's not fucking with you. He's struggling to say the word. These guys only know broken common.
Which, okay. Starts with a fair. I'm fabulous. Yes, I am. That would not be a problem. No.
This one not heard this curse word before.
No, it's a compliment. It's a good thing. You say it to your champions. Like me.
Persuasion.
Does a small jig.
17.
It's almost like this where I wish Chromagill had eyebrows so we could do the.
Boing, boing.
He like looks over to his captain who's leading the team and he starts barking to him, but he's like saying the word to him. He like says fabulous all broken like fabulamber.
Close enough.
And then like
Burbus.
and then then the leader just like turns back and looks at him just like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Have you heard of the Chuadenja? It's kind of a legendary beast. We faced it earlier this month, actually.
They all stop and look to each other. The fuck is a chewy? A bone?
I don't think they've heard of it. I don't think so either. It seems more like a Eastern continental thing.
Oh, that's right.
Also, they keep seeing you bleed out until one of them just like stops and looks at you.
Yeah.
Bring the lab priest!
What the what now?
You just heard barks and nothing. You just watch.
They're bringing some kind of priest.
one gangly one in robes and like leaves covered around him, kind of just like waddles on up to you.
Hi there, doggy.
He like hits you over the head with his staff.
Oh, why does everybody do that?
He grabs your arm very forcefully.
This...
He like grips all of his nails around where the wound is, and he presses in.
Oh, God!
Bad blood escape.
Oh, my blood was fine. It was better inside.
New blood form. And he like, the staff that he hits you with, he like just takes the edge of it and he like cauterizes a not vacant wound that's there. And your arm feels better.
Oh! Those are always weird sensations.
Your HP is returned.
Yay! Just the 10 I lost?
Yep.
Okay. I still have not had a full rest.
They are, based on that, these are either clerical boys or they are druids of some kind.
Oh! What's bark for thank you, Gromagill?
He says thank you.
I nod.
Thank weird. Although we know it human custom, we do it for survival. If he lives, he make himself useful. We make him live.
Sounded a lot more than you're welcome, but I'll take it.
They're not.
He's like invading your personal space as his like snout is in your face and he's snarling. You just like spittle all over your face as he's talking.
That scene in like Alien 3.
Yeah.
Their culture's not big into the whole thanking thing, but he says wants to let you know that they only did this for survival, not for your thanks.
You could take it as partly as a thank.
Fair enough.
It's just the way they are, unfortunately.
Wake just shrugs.
You remember, like, Yogric and Quicken were very cold, but just, like, they still understood that, like, hey, maybe keeping people alive would be the best case scenario here.
Quicken was a bit warmer. Probably why he's in the Navy now.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Adapts to some culture.
You finally make it over to the coastline. You've headed east from this point. You don't remember that the base was in the east. It was more the central part of the island.
Yeah, it was on the volcano, if I recall correctly.
It was on the base of the volcano, but this time you're kind of taken to the coastline. You're starting to see a lot of urbanization. Like, there's actual, like, metal houses around here. Like, it looks a lot better than just a bunch of huts that were filled with bone. That aesthetic is still here, but civilization has seeped into this tribe.
Come a long way in the last couple of months.
And the folks around here don't seem to, like, be opposed to it. Like, you got a couple of, like, you got, like, maybe a few folks of Knowles, like, big hulking, like, fucking dog men just, like, wearing, like, open vest fucking naval attire because it doesn't fit around them perfectly. But they're attempting. Like, an attempt is being made here to be civil.
They want to look the part.
Yeah. There are a few other, like, naval ships you see here. There's a few of them docked, but right now the wall is covering their tracks, so there's just a couple of ships out to the side.
Are there any whose flag or sign I might recognize, like the crew that we met here originally, Arahati in them?
Roll an intelligence check.
16.
Nah, the flag's the same, but the crew and the ships and everything looks a bit different, so it must have been a rotating crew at this point. Also, this looks like a lot of the ships are manned by gnolls, so it looks like they've been given the tools at this point.
Right.
They take you over to a central hub location. It kind of looks like it's like... It looks like a hut, like a really, really big hut, but it also has a lot of, like, mechanical and metal plating around it, so it's a lot more sturdier than what you're accustomed to when you were first here.
Right.
They kind of, like, bark out and scream at, like, not scream, but they start, like, howling. It's like almost you're getting laughter out of them. They are hyenas, after all. Like, gnolls are hyena men. So you're getting a lot of, like, this weird cackling and laughter at each other, even though they're being very aggressive, and they kind of, like, summon off for someone. You watch as Quicken, who is now dressed up in a very nice attire, like it's actually closed up. He's walking behind himself. He has an air of dignity about him. You don't remember this from the guy who was, like, barely able to speak, but, like, acting way more puppyish around everyone, as opposed to everyone else here who's way more aggressive. He's standing up. He has, like, a mohawk that's actually slicked back and has little braids in the back that, like, are lined with gold.
Fancy mohawk.
He has a fucking monocle made of gold on the one side of his
Whoa.
eye. Although...
So I don't recognize him.
No.
He's still distinctly Quicken.
You remember that face, because even though he looks way more dignified, his eyes are spread out both ways still. He looks like he's constantly happy, but he doesn't look like his body motion is fitting the part.
Which hyena in the Lion King?
Ed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, that seems.
Yeah,
right.
he's got serious Ed face going on right now. Do you do that?
No.
Do you? I don't know. You did it out loud. Is that in character,
You did
Brian?
it in person.
Well, just as Morgan will do just a short chuckle and salute. The real Navy test.
He turns and he sees you, since you have more of the naval attire than the rest of the folks that you're with.
Wake's just scratching his head in confusion.
He, like, looks to everyone else and barks at them to get the fuck away from you guys. At ease.
Oh. Quicken, you've cleaned up.
Oh. Oh, Wake friend from long ago, 3 months if not so.
Yeah, maybe longer at this point. I don't know. Time's changed.
A lot of time has been made in preparation for this day. A lot of the Navy were nice enough to give us all sorts of technologies, made us a part of them. Our strength is bigger. Our horde grows more.
I see that. How's the preparations going here exactly? I mean, had any trouble with the goblin wolves?
They at Volcano. We snuffed them out. The wall protects, but it doesn't protect all the way. Only so much power from the snake tribe to the east of here can only do so much. Most of their cloister has left with the other snake lady.
Right. What of the forest people? Gloriosa and them.
He, like, shakes his head and looks down. They were the first to go in the attack.
I see.
One remains and tends to the flock of the rest of the snake people. The one you speak of, I believe her name in common is Gloriosa, yes.
Yes.
Yes, she is there, though most of the snake people are not there. She says that there's a higher calling for her. The earth has spoken to her and said that something was born of the earth recently. We are uncertain of this. Not part of our watch, as it were. Me and my brother only have just returned from our outpost to the north.
Wonder if it has something to do with the collective one.
Could be a lot of things, honestly. Some good, some not good.
From the correspondence, this seems like a good thing.
Good.
But we are not well versed in magic.
Well, we came here to deliver a message to your people.
Speak. Also, I apologize for our unwelcoming stature. We are, after what happened to the green folk, we are uncertain who we can trust anymore.
No, it's entirely understandable. It's much better than the goodbye we got from, well,
That was
The
under
other
our
island.
orders, actually.
was it now?
Again, not trusting, and we have to keep our eyes open.
Well, if it would be possible for us to get a ride back to the other side, we'd greatly appreciate it. We're kind of stuck here at the moment.
We can accommodate this fat one.
Thank you. Says nothing about the
I'm
comments.
sorry, the monsters
No, hey,
characters,
I'm
they
not-
gotta do this shit.
I'm not mad at them.
Could just call you a mushroom. It's like, oh.
Oh,
Again,
These not
size
your-
is a good thing
yeah,
to my people.
right. Not same companions as before.
No, I'm afraid they too met their fate at the demon incursion.
Giant hand just like slaps down your shoulder and he like nods to you in condolence.
Why is everybody so big?
Yeah, you don't remember him being this buff. You remember him being scrawny as shit.
Yeah.
Like that. Whatever happened to him in the Navy actually transformed this man for the better.
Went to the hyperbolic time chamber or something. Just,
We gave him 20
Oh.
years of naval experience.
Apologize. My new regiment in new tribesmen's war tactics. A little effective, I suppose.
so it would seem. People are probably going to need it. But as for the message, we've set up a portal. Well, I guess we got a portal to start working.
They actually kind of like he scrunches his snout at that. This too bad place, like infernals.
No, this to safe place.
Like you watch him, like everyone around you breathes a sigh of relief at that. Oh, thank goodness. Most of our magic is tinged with that of the infernal. We imagined that's what you spoke of.
No, not quite. This, well, we've been using it to get around from place to place, but this particular portal also has a means to get to a safer dimension, I guess. Somewhere not of this world. Somewhere that, the Snake People's God, the collective one, it's where he resides. They. Not really sure about gender. Didn't check.
And why would we retreat to such a place? Is this a sanctuary? Is this a war zone? What is this?
I'm simply saying that this would be a sanctuary for all those who are unable to fight but need a place to hide. And this portal just happens to be in the town up north. So, if we are going to set up any sort of defensive barriers, obviously keeping an outpost down here, making sure nobody gets a foothold on this island is good, but...
Where does this portal take? If anything, we have not been able to speak back to the Navy in quite some time. So correspondence with them would be most wise.
Last I was able to see, we were able to travel between here, a little cove out to the east by Eel's Gape, and then there is a island known as Colas that it will also take you to.
I should speak to the warlord of this. Please, help yourself to some food, nourishment, water, whatever your needs are. I will tell the rest of my men to accommodate you.
Much appreciated.
The warlord will be happy to see you as well. One moment, and don't mind his new appearance as he walks back into the hut.
Wake blinks twice. And
Wonder
then
what that means.
I have no idea. I mean, everybody's changed a bit, it feels. I mean, waves his ghost arm a little.
True.
Instead of this time, a lot of the gnolls around you now, like, after being barked at for some orders, they're like, okay, well, these are guests. Let's get them some food and water. There's a couple of folks, like, roasting a pig off to the side, and there's a barrel of water and some mead as well for them to give to you guys.
Ooh. Wake will partake in hog.
Chromagale just dips his finger into the water for now, just trying to flush his system of everything in it.
You're like a giant tea bag.
Roll con save.
24.
24. You down it like a champion. Like you just like you put your entire your finger up to your knuckle into the water and it like drains away to the tip.
There we go. That sloshes around a little bit.
Filling.
That should help.
Rather refreshing. You're clean of any illness because you counteracted a really bad shitload of moonshine with some actual nice honey wine.
And of course, the slime within.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like this is a good flush out for that.
Purifying. There we go.
It is one of the priests are now standing there watching you. One of them,
hello.
he's actually like eyeing you right now. He's eyeing the two of you. He takes his staff and he pokes you right where where the hole is in your chest.
Oh, be careful now. That thing's made of metal.
Chainmail, I know. I know, plate. I know, plate.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure you
And
didn't.
you.
Yes.
You root. You root.
More of
He's trying so hard to say things out. You're hearing this.
Yeah, Morgan's being patient. He's just smoking from his pipe. Just
It's like a dog. Oh,
Yeah. It's
like husky.
Yeah, it's like husky speak at this point.
It's okay. I'm more of a fungus than a root, but okay. I can understand the confusion.
Never seen you walk before. They use you. Green people use you as golem.
Oh, well, I mean, we definitely have the build for it, I suppose, but no, my people don't really get out much. We kind of like to keep to ourselves. I'm a bit of an oddity when it comes to my people.
He snatches your pipe.
Hey, now.
I want to see where this goes.
Oh, okay.
He takes a sniff at it. Knocks it out. Waddles away with it. He pulls out an alchemy pouch from his side, and you watch as he's now taking a mortar and pedestal and starts just brewing it up and puts it inside. He's adding something into your pipe at this point.
He's giving you a left-handed cigarette with this one.
He waddles on back. Have better.
Yes, dankest.
You take a hit, and suddenly
Roll a
the
wisdom
world and
save.
all of its problems just fade away.
17.
Ain't shit.
Yeah, no, you
Oh no, it's a bad trip!
whatever you just inhaled, you get a taste of what feels like it's almost like earthy coffee in smoke form.
A little skunky.
Then it actually hits you. Your entire body, you feel it almost feels like you're being your entire muscle spasm, almost like you're being shook for a hot second. But then they ridge up and they feel like they've never been any stronger.
Just gave you meth.
Black tar, good stuff.
What do I care? I'm dead.
It ain't gonna kill me.
Can't kill me twice.
This stuff gives you a +1 in Constitution and a +1 in Strength
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
for the next 12 hours.
Make a note of that.
We now take a long rest.
Warrior drink and eat and use herb. Very good.
It's an interesting plant you gave him. What was that?
The green people called it wall fruit.
I was gonna say we ground them up.
The green people. We took their corpses.
So that's what the screams were.
Green people very good at taking plant, creating new, beneficial for us. They give us medicine in order for us to protect them. We sadly not able to do so, and we have what remnants of them we have left.
Well,
Very finite supply, but very good for the bones.
Have you considered? Kind of like looks at the setup he has. Have you considered cultivating this and maybe growing more?
We have, but need volcano, and volcano, not good place right now.
Well, would it be all right if I took a small sample of this? We may be traveling across some volcanoes, and at least getting this growing in other places could be helpful.
Finite supply. What do you have for trade?
Kind of like rummages through what little things he has. Well,
He's offering you like the actual pouch itself, so you'll get a good chunk of it. You'll get like at least maybe like a hand-sized brick of this stuff.
you seem like a magically versed fellow, and a bit a tad bit more understanding of some
I hear
beyond.
the moon scream in my ears.
Oh,
He
Well-
smiles at that, like a gnarly smile, like his teeth are baring.
I don't know if this will help with that, but I got this staff a long time ago and just have not needed it as much as I once thought. It's an acid staff, and it has the power to cause great damage to your foes.
He hands you the pouch.
Thank you. What did you call this root again?
Wall fruit.
Wall fruit. Thank you very much, sir.
I have many use for this.
And he walks away.
Wake's just going ham on the hog.
Been holding on to that for a while. And,
So treat this as a long rest for you guys.
hooray!
So this stuff, if prepared properly, can give you monetary little buffs to your strength and your constitution.
Okay.
You don't know he pretty much tells you that if you want to roll a nature check, you can figure out other applications for this stuff.
Come on. Not a great roll. 10.
You're not sure if you're not
much.
sure if it'll give you the same effects as how it was for like the smoking version of it. But quite possibly you might be able to use this in a tea-like manner.
Okay. If I don't want to burn it, I could seep it.
Yep. Quicken returns. War Chief present! Stand straight! Everyone stands at attention, their weapons at the ready. Even the raptors all stop and like lower themselves down.
Wake drops his hog haunch.
You watch as like a giant, heavy stepped footfall like walks out from the side. You see a clawed hand open up the door. It's Yagrik. Like it's the same guy, same size and everything. Unfortunately, he's got a metal plate that goes down from the bottom of his chin that covers the entire part of his chest. He's took a huge hit somewhere. This looks like fucking Knoll medicine with metal on top of an explosion damage. There are char marks that extend out from the metal pieces. This guy looks like he took like either fire or an explosive to the chest.
Morgan, do not get infected with lycanthropy.
Noted.
He has like it's very, very broken up, but he looks like he has like a little bit of bone that's like, you know how a piercing from on the side of the cheek like separates from outside the face? Mm-hmm. It's kind of like that, but with bones that kind of like lace around one side. It almost creates like this weird mask, and there's this weird tube apparatus that goes from that into the chest.
He's a Sith Lord. It's been a while, War Chief Yugrik. Wake says, giving a modest bow.
He like grabs you by the arm and like actually hugs you.
Whoa, okay.
Clang.
I guess we're hug back with the arm that exists.
It's good to see friends once more, Wake. He lets go of you. Like, that moment, like, that pause, that wasn't him doing that on purpose. That was him trying to catch breath and then put you to the side.
See, you've been through a lot, too. I kind of wave my stump a little bit.
We all have our scars. The Galbrazu were to blame for this. Most of my ship took the bruntal force of an entire fireball. With intense heat, my flesh burned away, but my resolve was not something that would let me die so easily. Gnolls have an ability to take hits just before they die. So, he was on the verge of death, but that ability lets him stand back up, and he took the victory.
All right. Well, glad to see you're still on your feet. I know last time I was here, your strength was formidable.
From one abomination to another, my friend. What brings you here?
Well, we were just here to deliver a message, a means of finding safe haven for those that need it should things go for the worse. I'm on my way to deliver what could potentially end this in our favor. But I needed to pass this message on beforehand to as many people as I knew.
How can you claim this victory?
I reach into my pouch and I pull out the Collective One's MacGuffin, and I hold it aloft.
All the druids and priests now see that. They fall to their knees and actually start like doing like a prayer motion and like get to their and fall to the floor.
This is a piece of the Collective One made whole. Its power, supposedly, should be enough to turn the tide of this war, if channeled correctly.
And you are certain that this will give us a huge boon in victory.
About as sure as I can be.
Roll persuasion with advantage.
Went from an 8 to a nat 20.
Hey.
Nice, very good. He's like rubbing his chin that's not covered in bone and metal, and he's just like, he's actually like very interested in this. Like, there's a little bit of a smile on the one side of his mouth that's visible. One of the priests that was you guys were talking to that gave you the wall fruit, he actually like kind of like waddles on up to Yagrik and he like mutters down to him, and they're like barking to each other. It seems one of my more druidically inclined followers has an idea. They sense an energy similar like this off to the east where the snakes used to reside.
That makes sense. It's part of the Collective One.
He like starts talking back to him. After they exchange words for quite some time. This one believes he knows that something of a similar sort of essence is wandering about the forest. My last correspondence with one of the last few greens left on this island has stated that she has been overseeing this creature, this entity that just came from one of the temples without any knowledge of how it was born.
Interesting.
Do you feel this would be plausible or wise to look into?
Very much so. I'd like to personally, if possible. Would we be able to get some raptors to travel quickly?
I can offer you this, but I'm not too certain that that one would be sturdy enough to ride.
I mean,
no offense, our largest raptors are used for some of the larger ones of members of my tribe.
ha, too big for their steeds, am I? Well, I'll try my best to follow along on foot. I don't know how long the trip is.
Not that far, round one. I would like to travel with you on this one, if I may.
Of course, you'd be most welcome.
My brother has grown far more accustomed to the Navy's ways of thinking. If anything, he is a stalwart protector and a very good replacement if my word is not law here. I trust him to be able to give out orders should I not be here.
At the very least, he'll be able to hold down the fort while we're away. I'm sure this should all go smoothly if they're an ally. If they aren't, then we're probably in more trouble.
Let me grab my alpha then.
Wake nods.
He barks at a couple of other folks, and they come by with raptors. They give one for you, enough for you to mount on. There's like a saddle for you. There's a saddled one for you. They look to you. They kind of like look back at each other.
It's okay. I take pride in myself.
Get him. Oh, Gemengen. Oh, Gemengen, yes.
Ah, the Mengen.
They kind of like
hear it,
waddle
but
away.
I don't know it.
You hear heavier footsteps more than the raptors. They come back with a young
We have a
allosaur.
T-Rex.
Basically a T-Rex.
Wow. Now that is a sovereign beast. Kind of like walks up to it.
They apply a saddle onto it, enough for you to ride on it.
This is just wonderful. Goes to mount it. Is that an
Roll
animal
animal
handling? Okay.
You're the Colonel Custer of this campaign.
Nat 20. I backflip onto that thing.
You do a triple sow cow on the back of this thing, and it like takes it like a champ and just sits there.
You Fred Flintstone up its tail.
So, when I say this thing is young, I mean like, yeah, it's bigger than most of the dinosaurs that are around here because most of them are raptors. This one kind of feels like it was the experimental catch.
Gotcha.
They're
still raising it.
Yeah,
basically.
they're still raising it.
Yeah.
This thing's basically a giant pony.
Well, hey, little one. Don't you worry. I'll be sure to be a nice rider for you. We're gonna keep this nice and simple and smooth.
It has a muzzle on it. It's not able to speak or able to like make any like sound. You hear grunting and hissing underneath it, but not like it's aggravated. It's just like, oh, new rider. Oh, okay.
Don't worry. I'll make sure everything's all right. And once we get to know each other a little better, maybe we can take this thing off. And I kind of like poke on the muzzle a little bit.
You watch as both the gnolls that brought him in just look at you.
Okay. Tries to wink, but his eyeless sockets kind of don't really let you know what he's doing.
6 hours later, it winks.
Why are you winking?
It made sense at the time.
It made sense when I started.
Yogric comes out with Surlag. You remember, it was his most decorated alpha last time he was available.
Eloy tried to murder it
Yep.
because he got mind controlled.
Surlag, unfortunately, looks like she too has the same apparatus. She too has taken a big brunt of the fireball. Although the flesh is way more exposed. And it doesn't look like it has a lot more of a patch job like Yogric did. So it kind of like has like a big chunk of its face missing, but it looks like they inserted metal teeth to replace where the actual teeth should be. This thing is bigger than the others, and it's in the back of its spines that it's covered in feathers. It's drooping down to the side, almost like in a decorative fashion. There is what you assume on the back of it is like almost like a mule pack on the side of Surlag, but it looks like an ammo belt.
Oh. We're literally dino riding.
Surlag kind of just like moseys on out. It notices you, Wake.
Wake waves.
It gets right in front of your face. This thing is like maybe has a good 2 feet above you.
Oh boy. Hi, Sir Lag, Wake says, struggling to remember the name as he reaches up gingerly with his hand.
She like just slams the bottom of her jaw on top of your head.
Okay.
Not aggressively.
Good, I'm remembered. I rub the side of Sir Lag's face.
You hear a slight purr.
Oh, good girl.
This why she alpha. She has grander memory than the others.
Yeah, so it would seem. All right, Wake hops over to his raptor and mounts up.
Animal handling.
Oh boy.
You too as well. You're gonna get on yours.
Oh shit, nat 20. I'm good on this one.
You just get on. It's just riding a horse.
That's 17 for me.
Good, baby.
A little bob and weave from you, but you're on it. It's fine. It's just the fact that you now applied weight onto it. It's just like, oh, okay.
I never thought I'd love the act of riding another creature. This is such a strange custom, but I'm beginning to see the appeal. This is so much easier.
We used to have elephant friend.
Really? Wow.
Made good food.
They do. They really do.
Mammoths were rare, and unfortunately, they were brought to extinction by another tribe.
Well, that's a shame. Hopefully you had big enough riders for such a noble, gigantic beast.
You look over to the side, and Yagra kind of smiles and points to the bone saddle that you're riding on. We made good use of them. It's a giant tusk that rides along the side and underneath it.
Oh,
So it's using mammoth bone as its armor. Let us ride then.
After you.
With fucking flawless grace, you just watch as Surlag just fucking bolts it.
All right. Yeah!
So, you guys watch as he's riding on top of Surlag. Surlag has a base run speed of 120.
Wow.
Yeah, faster!
You catch up by 90.
Oh, boy. It's gaining 30 on us every round.
And you don't need to dash, you just take 60 on turn.
Big steps.
Yeah, just...
Long strides.
I'll be there!
Uh,
Not exactly a stealth creature.
So I'm gonna go ahead and just say this. Surlag is a plausible companion to add to your team.
Wow.
But Yogric stays here.
Yagric and
important stuff.
Surlag,
Yeah.
I apologize.
No worries.
Because they need to be together because Yagric is a Knoll Calavir fighter.
Oh.
It's a 2-in-1 deal.
It's a 2-in-1 deal.
Calvary did he?
2 for the price of 1.
I've always wanted to play with a character that has a mount mechanic. People think it's a really gimmicky thing, but nah, if you use it correctly, it's fucking busted.
Figure it out indoors.
Hell yeah. It's plausible.
Riding down the hallway on a horse. Ha!
I mean, a cavalier halfling with a mule, that still works. That super fucking works.
You know, I never thought about that, and should I have another campaign to be a part of? Maybe that's something I consider, because that just sounds silly.
Yeah, just a halfling on a war dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
I
are
have my German Shepherd and me,
there are-
Scooby and Shaggy.
there are war bull
Dane.
mastiffs.
I had a 5-year-old in a campaign that I was running riding on a war dog. That was essentially what they were.
Oh, that's awesome. So couple of hours, not couple, like an hour rolls by. You're going through the green. You guys notice that they're walking through a swampy area. You remember that this was where you fought. You remember this is where you fought the Abyssal Ent before you actually made it over to where Ziaka actually told you hey, maybe we shouldn't let you guys go forward because my people are kind of skittish about other races.
What's so wrong? Yeah.
Yeah, so now you're passing that territory.
We are sure moving fast. We found a lot of traps on our way here. Is this a safe path to be going this quickly?
Yeah, we killed the evil tree that was here.
Oh. An evil what?
Yes, we fought, well, I guess you have not told your friends this. Before, this entire place was taken over by, or at least had the influence of something I believe was called a mind flayer. Something of the abyssal nature.
So the tree was okay. I'm sorry. The tree was infected and tainted and became evil. It was not a tree with evil intentions. That would have been a first for me.
I mean, I can't speak for the tree, but yeah.
I mean, most of the druids could.
Yeah.
There is,
We tend to exude neutrality more than anything. Those of us who aren't made of meat.
then you'll not want to travel any further close to the mountain then. What mountainside there is that's not part of the volcano, a witch lives there.
Oh.
Someone who cast aside the entire ocean and had it sunder into the swamplands. So now it is this weird tainted arena of sorts. It's almost like a small gauntlet for creatures to pass through. Any who dare enter ends up becoming her ingredients.
Wait a minute.
When was the last time you spotted this witch?
Years. Not years. I've spotted this witch. I've heard rumors of this witch many a year ago. I've heard rumors that her passing was on some of the naval vestiges that I was a part of. But those were rumors, of course, and any time my brothers have walked through this swamp area, they have not seen this witch, so we believe that she is either dead or long past.
Well, I'm certain that she is, at the very least, gone.
The taint remains, but
I don't want to think about Grammy's taint.
the taint remains of the woods.
Okay.
The taint remains of the woods, but we have no reason to go there. Grammy has been here before.
For some time.
So now you start entering into a more opened up wooded area. You're now starting to see stone buildings like kind of like rise up. You remember that Zyaka said something about a ziggurat that was here? This place is a ghost town. Like there used to be signs of life. Like there's the buildings, but there is seldom anything here. Like the only other like forms of like civilization you see here is there are cloths that are tattered or like just grown over with plant life. You are now in what looks like the central square area before it reaches into the ziggurat, which isn't as high as you believe it to be. Like from the last one you saw back on the first part of
Jahal?
Yeah, the first part of Jahal Cove where the Fine Day Boardwalk Company kind of like took over. This is way smaller in comparison to that.
How does it compare to the one that housed the Chuadenja? Because we also know that one went underground as well.
Smaller. This is probably like a 10, maybe 15-foot walk up the staircase. It would take you about a half hour to go up the one that you fought the Chuadenja in.
All right. So is this where the creature was spotted first?
Yes, this is where Gloriosa had said that it possibly resides in, and this is where most of my druids say that this creature might be harbored. I'm not certain what we're looking for, and I don't quite know if Gloriosa is around or if this creature has done something with her.
Wake hops off his raptor and starts surveying the land. I'm going to do a survival check, see if I can see any signs of recent activity.
Go for it.
Survival, 8 plus 15, 23.
23. Roll an assist. Jogrick's going to give you advantage.
Oh. 26.
26. Barely, woefully anything is here that gives you any sort of indication. Maybe some like animal life that was went by here. Maybe like a pack of wolves or maybe some raptors went by. You check around like the area around here, not so much the ziggurat itself, but yeah, like maybe raptors busted into a couple of places here, but not too much any like life that would be something of a Yanti persuasion.
Well, if I were to bet anything connected to the collective one, I'm guessing it would reside within the points towards the ziggurat temple over there.
It does look like there are entrances that lead inside the base of it. There's like the staircase that leads upwards, and then there's two giant open mouth entryways inside of it. One on the left and one on the right.
Do we have any means of, if somebody were to keep watch out here, to signal should something pop up? All long-form methods of communication I had sunk with the rest of the previous crew.
Nonsense. If someone intelligent is here, I'm certain they will be able to... Oh, God bless you.
Thank you.
I'm certain they will be able to hear this. He, like, slaps, like, Yogrick slaps Surlag on the side, and Surlag lets out this loud, cacophonous screech. And all the raptors join in unison. You watch as, like, other dinosaurs, like the tiny, like, little... Oh, God, what are they called? The tiny ones? The ones that ate the little girl in
Yeah, I
Jurassic
know
Park
it.
two?
The compies.
Yeah, the compies. Like, you watch as, like, a shitload of compies just, like, escape from the area.
Does my big dinosaur let out a bellow with the others?
He tries, but he's muzzled.
Oh. Mine's also yelling.
All right, well,
Everyone roll perception.
Okay.
bibbidi bibbidi bip.
Ooh. Oof.
22.
13.
Modified 20.
Modified 20. One of the compies stops in the middle of the street and looks at you. You saw all the compies kind of like run away. They were all like green, tan, and yellowish. This one is blue and feathered and stares at you for like a hot second before running away.
Wait a minute.
You all saw this, by the way.
Okay.
Wake is going to pursue that little blue feathered Compiosaurus. Compsognathus. And attempt to at least track it a little bit, knowing that its ground speed is probably faster than mine. My sprint speed is 80.
Oh, no. Well, you're on top of the raptor, so you all have 90.
I actually admitted that I got off.
Oh,
so.
Okay, fair enough. So you're running after it. You catch up to it. That's not the problem.
Okay.
But the problem is that the moment you get to it, like it goes in between an alleyway that leads in between two of the stone houses.
Hey, wait a minute! Damn!
Other compies just start swarming around you.
Why are they so? Oh, don't you do this! Don't even think about it. Do not. I will eat you. Probably.
They're all like, there's maybe like 6 or 7 of them that kind of like surround you, and they're just observing you at this point.
I bring my big dinosaur over. Wake, where are you going? What
They
happened?
all fucking book it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I interrupting something?
No, there was a. Did you see that strange blue one with the feathers?
Yeah, he looked a little unique.
It looked at us as if it recognized what we were.
Well, you certainly are familiar. You hear a female voice. From one of the houses, you see a door open, and you see Gloriosa step out. Same as ever. She looks like she hasn't changed at all.
I'll be. Gloriosa.
Mr. Scalebound, it is good to see you again.
It's very nice to see you alive and well.
The rest of you watch as this green humanoid, very lanky humanoid with like lots of metal bands that race up her arms around her neck and down her legs. She's wearing a very modest tunic. She kind of just like saunters out, like her flesh is green, almost like skin-wise. It's weird because this woman exudes plant matter.
Yeah.
So it's like you're watching as like a plant that became a person just kind of like walks out.
Huh. Actually, let me do like would it be a history or like a nature check to be like, have I met someone like you before? Do I know what this is?
It'd be a history with disadvantage.
Okay. 10.
Nope, this is new to you. This is completely new.
Strange.
I'm very sorry to hear what happened to your people.
It may sound morbid, Mr. Scalebound, but do not fear our fall. Do not fear our downfall. Within the coming years, they will bud once more. From the ash and from the volcano, my people will rise once more.
That is very nice to hear.
It is a shame that most of us cannot assist with the current matters at hand, but that is something that I've been doing. What brings you here?
Well, we heard a rumor that I guess you passed along to Yogrik's people. That there was.
She turns and sees Yogrik kind of like right up with Surlag. War Chief? And he like nods to her.
We heard something of the serpent tribe, maybe something different, was wandering these parts, and that you were keeping an eye on it.
The Yanti have left this place. Abominations themselves, the Naga, all of them. All serpents here have no place anymore. What's left are the Saurians that roam around here trying to find scraps or trying to find a home. They will not bother me, considering that I am not exactly what they're looking for in a diet. However, you are correct. Something strange has happened in the past week or so. A being similar to that we saw when we were fighting the Abyssal has emerged out of this temple. Sauntering out of this temple was what I believed was maybe another Yanti that had been left behind. Though when I approached it, it didn't speak correctly. It was almost like lost, almost childlike, like it was trying to search for someone. When I spoke to it, it spoke primordial.
Oh, that's not exactly my realm of expertise. Is that one that you have in your repertoire?
Very, very lightly. Although, over time, I watched and observed this creature, and I found that it could take the shape of other creatures as well. It blended in with the Saurians, learning in to be a part of them and try to blend in with its ecosystem. And every time it has interacted with me, it showed a serpent form, something it was familiar with from the pictures with inside the temple. She turns and looks to the alleyway, and she kind of just like speaks in this weird like thuming voice. You understand it because you have the vocal cords and the know-with-all now at this point. She is speaking in primordial. Konari, approach. These are not enemies, and they do not wish you any harm. You watch as the compy kind of just like motions its way out.
Konari, was it?
Roll an insight because you couldn't grasp that part. It's the language barrier.
Gotcha. 14.
Okay, fair enough. You kind of piece together that was different.
It sounded like the proper noun in the sentence.
Yeah, you got the proper noun in the sentence.
There was an emphasis there.
So this compy now kind of like approaches you guys. It's actually wearing a gold necklace around it that actually looks like the collective one's head, almost like the same on the MacGuffin.
I pull it out and show it to the creature.
The moment you do so, it transforms into a smaller version of the collective one.
Ooh,
like
was not expecting that.
Like it's like a compy-sized version of the collective one, and it looks up at you.
Yes, it knows this.
The all-being, you know it.
Oh,
It
good.
spoke in common, and it doesn't
thank
move
God.
its mouth.
Yes, we've met twice now.
Why All-Father not know me then?
I'm unsure.
You know All-Father, you not part of his fold. I can sense it. And he transforms back into the compy. Yet he leaves me and abandons.
I don't think it was by choice. I think it was out of necessity.
Who is All-Father? Why do I know this? This creature sounds confused and sounds like a toddler.
The All-Father you're referring to is the creator of these lands, the surface we walk on right now.
You see the creature kind of nuzzle down, and then you watch as like a very small, maybe a teenager size Yuan-Ti kind of like appears from it now. It is basked in like this bronze almost color. It goes from bronze on the inside to a dark blue on the outside, almost like a weird pattern. His face, one eye is bright blue, the other is milked over white. And his fangs have a little bit of gold that's laced on the inside of it. It almost looks like from where the gums are, it almost looks like a root of rock, and then it turns into the tooth. He like bends down and like touches the earth. This makes sense. What Mother Gloriosa says is earth sometimes speaks to me. I don't understand it properly, but all I know is that it's something to do with an All-Father, and I don't know who this is.
Well, realms seem to be a tricky business. Sometimes there are rules we don't quite understand. Maybe this All-Father can't see you for some reason.
Maybe he left you here as
guardian?
something to assist. Maybe a guardian of sorts.
When Earth speaks, when All-Father's voice booms in my mind, it sometimes tells me that I'm a new version. I am something that has only been brought into this world after a certain event has occurred. I am the forethought. I am not the alpha. I am the beta.
Well, perhaps maybe you're here to help us deal with some great danger that is about to befall this realm. Maybe that's your destiny.
Plant matter, do you mind? You speak with All-Father. Allow me a chance to absorb all of this. You watch as he holds out his clawed hand to you. He's like reaching for you.
I like reach back.
You do? Roll a con save.
Somewhat unsure of where this
Oh,
will
do
go.
you now? Okay.
Morgan, this fucking exudes devil's contract to you.
Ooh.
Throw Miguel out.
Wait.
19 on my con save.
That's really good. That's fair. Like, the moment he grabs your hand, you just, like, feel the presence of the collective one overtake you. It's almost like a back blow of wind that just, like, it's this, like, you feel your soul get pushed back as this kid's trying to, like, just read everything that you've witnessed so far. Yeah, from what this looks to you,
Dumping my brain into the
this
little guy.
completely reads like warlock nonsense.
Miguel gains 1 level in Warlock.
He pulls his hand back. He like adjusts his jaw, almost like how a snake yawns.
Oh, that was strange.
I apologize, Chromagil. He's speaking way better this time.
Oh, it's no problem.
And you are Wake Scalebound, and you are Morgan Strong.
Yes.
It's a good thing I learned their names at some point.
Yes.
You're Bluefish and Redcoat.
He had other names for you, but I feel your more decorative ones were the more important.
Honestly,
I've gotten mostly used to calling them by that now.
Gloriosa kind of just like arches her brow. I had no idea you could do that. Mother Gloriosa, neither could I. The earth just spoke to me through him. He exudes the earth. Both of you roll me a fucking history check with advantage.
with advantage.
That's right. He is from the Earth.
How the
I'll
fuck
take
is
the
that
18.
possible?
18.
Double nat ones?
No, I rolled a 2 and a 3,
Ah,
so
okay,
it's a
close.
2.
Remember when Chromagil left a piece of him in the realm of the god of Earth?
Oh, yeah.
He's now part of the fucking planet.
Chromagil, what have you done?
Wake was not paying attention. You were the last one out.
Let me give you this. Let me give you the information, Wake.
I
So our
sprinkled a few
friend here
spores.
left a piece of himself in the Earth realm.
Oh, good for you. That's awesome.
I like to leave spores wherever we go. You know, just a little keepsake.
From what?
them.
From what he's saying, you're now part of the realm that is Earth. Like,
Oh,
Any bit of land now holds a house of you.
neat.
So you pretty much just became sovereign of the entire planet.
You're damn right I did. The biggest motherfucking mushroom on this planet.
Above the surface.
Oh, yeah. They don't count the funglets. They're different. They don't even care about size.
Fuck. I gotta get back into character. I'm sorry. Oh my god.
Well, Chromagil hears this and basically responds to it essentially how I do, with just neat. Like, not entirely sure the whole implications, what that really means. But he's like, this seems more good than bad, so...
Your current dealings with the All-Father has opened my eyes to why I felt most of this way.
And
My father, I suppose we shall call him this, had spoken to the lot of you, exclaiming that when a god's power extends or becomes more predominant, more acolytes could come in their wake.
And that's you?
I must be the newest one. I don't know if there are others of my kind, and I don't know if I'm the only one like this, but it's the only thing that makes sense to me.
there's a member of the Serpent Tribe that you might want to, a member of the Yanti that might actually be of assistance there. My friend Ziaka, she too was granted an ebb of power from your father.
She was not born of it, but she is a mortal that has been gained it. In that case, I am not certain if I should call her my mother or my sister.
Whatever feels more appropriate, I suppose. But
The
maybe
concept
she'd
is-
be able to...
The concept is still strange and new to me. I am only taking what knowledge I have from Mr. Chromagill.
It's possible that she'd be able to help you with these thoughts.
Well, gaining what I can from him will not give me the answers I seek. Would you allow me the chance to accompany you?
Yes. I think that would be quite beneficial for everybody involved.
Mm-hmm.
I will speak to my father, know the truth of who I am, and if my father decrees it, and if it is what the earth demands, I will lend you my aid.
Well, can't ask for much more than that.
Konari, a Yuan-Ti Circle of the Beast Druid, is available to choose.
Konari.
Son of God.
Well, with that, fucking Gloriosa's just like, well, that solves a little bit of our mysteries.
That's above my pay grade.
Well, no, she's going to,
Yeah.
She pretty much tells you, well, this is all well and good, but remember when I told you that my entire people are regrowing? She points over to the temple. They sleep beneath.
Ah.
I am the last person to guard and watch over them. The serpents the creatures of goblin descent or demon descent do not dare enter this place. The Saurians would rip them to shreds.
That's good to hear.
I will remain here and make sure my people are guided into this new age. Hopefully, whatever it is you all plan to do will see us live throughout this demon incursion.
We hope so too, honestly. Feels like we got a shot at this, but not sure how much of one.
Well, with that, Yogrik's just like, well, we're going to have to find some way to ferry him as well. I know we can get him on one of the raptors, but I'm not too certain how they will handle this. Konari kind of just like walks up to your dinosaur. The creature like looms down and looks at him. Like the fucking head of this creature is bigger than the kid.
He's big, but he's a big softy.
The child holds his hand up. And almost like from action to action, you didn't think that this is physically possible for a creature to do so, but the Allosaurus bows down like it's treating a king.
Oh. Well, it looks like you've already commanded more respect than I did.
He puts his hand on the snout of the creature. You kind of watch as the creature like pulsates in like in this weird way, almost like something's being siphoned out of it. It kind of like wobbles left and right. It stands back up woozy. Konari transforms into another Allosaurus.
Is Konari a friggin' animorph?
Yep.
That's what druids do.
Yep.
That is what druids do.
Okay.
Idea for another campaign,
I
Grant?
said keeping that in mind for the future.
They're actually
Not all druid campaign.
uh,
5 druids, one of you's from space.
there actually
One of you's
is
always gonna be a bird.
there actually is on Unearthed Arcana Reddit. There is a race. There is a class called the Animus, which is basically just animorphs.
Great.
So you
You
can
became
have
druids after you encountered a big blue box. Anyway, sorry. Getting way too deep into my own fandoms.
So with that, he like looks to you all and he's like, "Well, I will follow you then." But you only hear that, but the rest of you just hear a giant Allosaurus just like scream at you.
He's into it.
Okay. Well, let's
Peace be with you, Miss Gloriosa, as Yagra gets on Surlag and he like rides off.
take care. Wake nods.
You watch as she waves at you. When you look back, she's gone.
That's familiar.
And this is where we'll take a break.
We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the table. Damn it!
Nice
I was
try.
gonna do it in one, but I failed.
Here, 5-second rule.
Got a rebound.
Yeah, one shot.
The fumble, I got it back for you, don't worry. All right, so with all that, you guys head back to Yogrik's. You head back to the camp. Mm-hmm. To make this a little bit faster, pretty much what they tell you is, all right, cool. So Yogrik wants to help you guys. He'll go with you, while Quicken will take care of the rest of the fleet, since he's more of the naval man than his brother.
Right.
And also the Navy won't hire him back because of the whole fucked up thing, so he's kind of on retirement.
Ew, this one's ugly.
Not so much ugly as Lieutenant Gore kind of told him, like, you took a big beating, go home.
You've had enough, young one.
Yeah, you like, look, dude, we had to replace your lungs. You gotta fucking go.
Makes sense.
It'll be more expensive for us to deal with your next pain than for us to just hire a new soldier.
You are more of a hindrance on the battlefield for
It's
us
like the
right
school
now.
nurse sending you home. Go home.
Yeah. So he's available for you guys. He's actually gonna ferry you guys a small boat to get back to the mainland.
Appreciate it.
He's gonna stick around town. He's gonna like talk to a lot of the folks here since like they have a little bit more pull since they're Navy. So the Knolls will kind of like tell the town, hey, this is what's going on. Get ready, blah blah blah. So while you guys are taking care of your business, while you head over to Colas, he'll prep everyone for the coming decision of what to do in the case of a fight. So with that, you guys are gonna, you have Colas and you have Bluey Cove, unless you want to just go back to Bluey Cove.
I think Colas should be probably our next stop. I can't think of anything we'd need to go back to Bluey Cove right away for. Well, or wait, do we? We're taking God Kid with us.
We need to drop him off with
Yeah,
Ziaka,
yeah.
who I believe we left at Bluey Cove.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, we could technically just like say you pretty much set the teleporter to put him over there.
We're doing a check-in. Like, hey Ziaka, quick punch up on everything.
Also, the son of the collective one is with us.
Have
Yeah,
fun.
here.
Shove.
You guys have a lot to talk about.
Are you my mom? What? And then there's Red. What?
Yeah. Well, anyway, we thought you'd want to know about this little development that we discovered, and
You just fucking like shoved Konari in
Yes.
there. You just like slide him on in there, and then fucking Konari looks down at Scrung. I could probably eat you.
don't do that. That's
Turns into a small raptor.
True as that may be.
He needs a
probably
win today.
Yeah. Scrum has always been in desperate need of a win. Just one.
All right, so you guys head on over to Colas then.
All right, we're gonna just now that we've kind of figured out what we're doing, hold up the key thing, and
You are now underground inside Colas. There
Still
are
don't
a
like it
bunch
down
of
here.
there are a bunch of Draugr and Drow who are just like shocked to see you just like jump on through, because you're kind of in like the town square at this point.
right,
Hi.
chilling out with a bunch of Duergar and the Dark Elves.
They all like just like they look at each other and see you. And you see like one gnome with a giant mustache. Ah! And they fucking books it, and everyone just bails,
Boo.
except for one Drow who has a very long katana at his side.
Hey, wait a minute. Do we know you?
We do. His
Is
name
that Devil Grid?
is not Devil Grin.
I mean, good thing I'm only thinking
Hey,
this.
a good thing you didn't spore.
Yeah. I just kind of point at him and just wave.
It was on my other sheet. Segrin.
Segrin.
Yes, I got it. In before God.
Yep. Segrin kind of just like looks to you all. Yeah, this checks out. First Micha, and then Valtara, and now you guys.
Wait, where are they at?
Oh, they're back at the bar.
I thought they were looking over the sick back at Bluey. Okay, we should probably catch up with them and let them know what's been happening.
Well, Valtara wanted to go to the library, and I was actually thinking about passing them along, and I just wanted to see what this portal thing was about. A few moments have passed, and here you guys are now.
yeah, how long has this thing been here? Because I don't remember.
We don't know. It actually just appeared.
Oh,
Huh.
well, that'd do it.
This used to be just the middle of town. We just thought it was pavement, and then slowly rocks began to form, and then it became an archway.
Huh.
Yeah, that happens more than you think.
But in any case, so you guys want to... Valtara was kind of in a hurry to go see the Malu, so anyone want to tell me what's going on here?
Well, there's been a demon incursion, and
Oh, trust us,
He's
we
been
know
here.
that.
He was there for that part.
The dwarves are having a hell of a time upstairs, if you know what I'm saying.
I get it.
Where to begin, though? So we met with the demigod of Earth. also known as the Collective One. We found his son, and
which is not the Fey son that we were looking for earlier.
This was
that you were there for.
So you found his acolyte.
Yes.
And then another one.
Yeah, we did.
And then
So technically there are 3 right now.
Good lord.
Yeah, so it seems that, I'm not entirely sure if it's specifically the demon incursion, but events are transpiring where more than one acolyte is able to exist, and there's being a big shift in the world.
Yeah, acolytes of the god of Earth, mind you, here on Kelpie.
That just means Earth is having more of a foothold in this planet.
So it would seem. All you landwalkers kind of need it, though.
I'd appreciate it.
Well, that's all fun and good, but I'm assuming you want to go see what your allies are up to.
Yeah.
And I mean, this demon incursion thing has been booming for business, though I'm sure the dwarves are kind of sick of me at this point, because they know I'm just in it for the cash. So, you looking to hire?
Well, there is a bit of a big fight about to come, and
Yes, bloody wars are always the most paying.
we're putting together a team.
Excellent. I can be a team player sometimes.
I'm not entirely sure exactly how we're going to be divvying up responsibilities. We're still trying to gather as many names essentially as we can, but it's good to know that you're someone we think that we could count on.
Well, he also knows that we have money that he can count on.
Oh, for sure.
He like gives you like a smile, and you see like the wound on the side of his face. Oh, don't I know that? But I'll do this one free for you. I'll see you guys over down to the good professor down below in Dimswell.
Appreciated.
So, and hopefully this will give you a little bit more of an incentive to want to keep me around. I do love me some cash, and I do love me some fights.
Well, there
With
will
that-
likely be plenty of that in the near future.
With that, okay, so obviously Devil Grin is a possibility at this point.
Right.
So Devil Grin kind of like ushers you guys out. As you guys are leaving, there's a bunch of dwarves in plate mail that kind of just like take up the reins and making sure what the fuck is going on with the portal. You kind of just like walked out of that just before the madness happened because a bunch of Draugr just like with giant tower shields. It's almost like little like midget statues just like come waddling up. They block off the fucking exit at this point. They're forming an investigation, and Sagrin, aka Devilgrin, kind of looks at that and just goes, "Nah, don't worry about it. They'll probably disperse later and go get drunk or something."
Well, we'll be back this way anyway, so.
I'm sure giving them a little bit of a testimony as to what this is will also help you out in the long run.
Probably.
So with that, you guys travel down to Dimswell. No issues here whatsoever. You take the road. The road's kind of been okay so far. Though this time you start seeing a bunch of weird things they're pretty weird at this point. Everyone roll me a perception check as you're going down the road.
Oof. 4.
22.
15.
Chromagill, you have dark vision, so you could see this with no fucking problem. You don't know what the custom is for this, but, you're starting to see a lot of these weird, almost stone-like tablets that make the form of crosses that stick up out of the ground. And, there are bodies attached to them.
There, seems to be some scary ornaments over here. It looks like there's a bit of a stone cross, and it looks like someone's on it.
I can't see shit.
Yeah, you guys watch as Morgan kind of just, like, sullens at that. Wake, you don't even know what this is. You've never heard of these things before.
This seems... Is it some form of... Is this... I kind of just look over to
Oh, this is
Devilgrin.
the Judgment Road. We actually had to do this for a lot of the incoming demon incursions.
What's happening?
Are they demons on the cross? Like, I
As you
can't see.
get closer, you see a Gabrazu being crucified on the cross, followed by a bunch of oh god, I just lost it. Barghest. Barghest is just sitting there. there is a pyre underneath them that's slowly rising, but it's only ever so slowly rising.
This seems particularly cruel.
It's just gonna send them back where they came from once it's done rising.
Yeah.
Indeed. And at this point, we starve them. We starve them of their food. We starve them of their needs, and we keep them here as punishment. I mean, it's quite fun when you do this as well. Yogric takes up a knife out of the back of his pocket and chucks it at one of the Gabrazu right in the forehead. Tipped with silver.
Flashbacks of old young Cletus's hut. Just on a significantly larger scale.
They captured a lot of them. Like, they actually set up a lot of stone tablets around here. This is fairly recent. A lot of the bodies are still hanging on there. The ones that pyre out, you actually see as on the floor, from where the fire rises on the pyre at the base of the cross. It's made of this weird stone that almost looks like as the fire rises, the entire stone like transforms into this weird coal like soot in a way. So it's like this weird stone that like as fire touches it, it starts to like cultivate this weird almost brimstone effect.
Wake's not going to judge their customs. They're very different people.
This is a lot of the dwarves' idea down here. A lot of the holy men feel like this is the only way to actually purge them out, and quite literally how they feel they should be punished. I mean, hell, it's not my call. This is what the clergy believes. Ludarius is strange, considering the fact that we're underground. I mean, I didn't think that Ludarius's light would reach down into all the way of Colas.
Maybe that's what the fire's for.
Well, I know the Temple of Usha down here in Colas was very okay with this idea. In fact, they were quite tickled pink with the notion that Ludarius would give the people who follow the darkness such a savage punishment, if you ask me.
There can be no shadow without light.
Exactly.
Well, you want to go, Morgan? He hands you a knife.
Morgan just kind of looks at it.
There are, like I said, the Gabrazus there as you're passing him by. He just hands you all knives. He hands you like silver knives. Like, go on then. No time like the present.
How do I respond holding a metal knife?
Oh, very bad.
Okay.
You're like,
You know, I think I'll
let me take that
pass.
from
Yeah,
you. There.
thank you. Sorry, it doesn't really respond to my flesh very well.
Sleight of hand, I'm just going to slide it into my bandolier. I've been handing out knives lately. Trying to restock. Sleight of hand. It's 19.
19. Yeah, Devil Grin doesn't see you do it. He just thinks that you might have just tossed it and let it go.
Yeah, just
He like looks over at the Blargas that's hanging on there, and he like notices that there's a knife sticking out of it. Ah, well done.
Morgan pauses for a moment and grabs the hilt of the departing, kind of basically asking the man next door, what do you think? Basically asking for Vecker's opinion. Never been given this choice before.
The choice of morality does not hinder one's death. Either they die or they live.
Good enough for me.
That is my rule. Roll a dex save. A dex check, I'm sorry.
Nat 20.
where did you want to hit it?
Yeah, so go ahead. You know, let's Matt Mercer this. How do you want to do this? The eye?
Again, because I just took a hit of my pipe, so I'm a little...
Zeroing in on that focus. Just got tunnel vision right into that Blargas.
You just watch as the dagger like hangs from the Blargas' eye.
Owie.
Hits the floor. It's like, so remember that, you know that meme where the guy throws a slice of cheese on the kid's face and he lets out a scream just before it? So that's pretty much what happens.
Morgan will just save the other dagger.
The silver dagger hurts so much that the blood oozes from his face and it ignites the fire further up it.
Ooh.
Oh.
He's gone.
Wake's like, oh, Morgan put it out of its misery.
Did I?
And now the entire, like, the pyre is just rising. And roll an insight check.
That is a 7. No. Insight?
Yeah.
That's an 8.
An 8. For a second, you could have sworn you saw a skeletal hand kind of, like, reach over and, like, touch the thing's shoulder as the fire rose. And you hear in your mind, one for our collective. That was the voice from your sword, by the way.
Man. Just. Let's go. Long day. Yeah, it's been a long day. Dinosaur, sons of God, silver daggers, good leaf.
Yeah, you're on that good shit still.
Yeah.
So, with all of this happening, you kind of like go through the road. All the crosses and crucifixes are starting to like die away a little bit. It seems like it's more towards Colas as sort of like a warning to any demons that if you get near, abandon all hope, ye who enter here. Don't fucking come near us, or else this will happen to you. You head down the grand staircase. Chromagil, roll a perception check.
Nat 20.
Nice.
I'm using this
You
die
feel,
the
you
rest of
feel
the night.
giant. You feel giant eyes leering at you. You look up and there's the giant mushroom looking at you.
Look who's back.
Hello. It's nice to see you again. He's trying. He knows it's wrong to have this innate dislike of another creature after meeting so many things.
But it's just
But it's
there.
so hard.
Old habits die hard.
He has had 1,000+ years of thinking this way to
You hear
unthink.
you hear a voice in your mind as everyone else feels this weird gust of wind. Like this like kind of like blows through and like even Devil Grin stops just like, the fuck was that?
I don't know. I felt it in my soul.
Was it the backdraft from the lava? He like looks over the edge of the staircase, but you know it was the spores.
No, it's kind of points at the big funglet, I'm assuming, in the distance.
Everyone roll perception.
It's this realm, sovereign.
That's 15.
It's a 9. Man, what is up with you?
Devil
today,
Grin
guys?
rolls a 16, but even with that, you guys don't see it.
There's a very big funglet over there, and we're communicating.
I mean, there's the mushrooms right here, Chromagil. There's no big one. Says
there's-
Devil Grin.
You don't see it. It's way out there.
What,
Trust.
that massive stalagmite? Right.
Okay, you keep thinking that.
Morgan just leans over. Good for you. I'm glad you two are talking.
Sighs, however, a mushroom sighs.
You hear voices off.
Dejected spores.
You hear voices coming from the forest, Chromagil. They're pretty much just like singing to you in unison about how the devils are perishing. Our victory is at hand. May their ash be our nutrients.
They're pretty excited about the demons being tortured over there and using their remains as possible fertilizer. I guess every cloud has a silver lining.
Wait, can your people grow on ashes?
That's what they're singing about. I've never really tried.
Roll a survival check.
I figured ashes are the absence of nutrient. Although volcanic ashes.
21.
Yeah, you kind of feel like, based on the place you were just at, like where Yagrik was telling you, like, hey, there's a base of volcano. What's a volcano? Oh, you mean this very nutrient soil? Like, that base, like, you're just like, you know, you don't really know what that is. You don't know what ash is, but, like, you feel that, like, if it was anything that's kind of like what you saw there and how the soil was, like, this weird burning, but also it just felt, like, very strong and very adaptable, you feel like you possibly could grow off of that.
I mean, it seems plausible. Again, I haven't tried personally, but, well, hey, you never know. Kind of just scrapes off some more spores and just lets them float into the area. Let's see how these little things work.
Civil war! Civil war! Civil war!
Crossbreeding.
Oh no! Ooh!
Bust out those important big
Let's
die.
see what happens 1,000 years from now. Roll!
Camera, please.
Flash forward.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't made it a big point, but I've kind of been thinking that he more or less does something along these lines whenever we visit a new landmass. Just like, just gonna leave a couple spores here, see what happens.
Well,
It's like you're an invasive species.
I really am.
well, this isn't rewrite 6, but I have some things to write for the end of this game.
There's an epilogue.
There's an epilogue here.
Oh no.
We pretty much need now. I need to now have Ron Perlman say some new lines for me at the end of this campaign.
War has changed.
War changed. What the fuck?
It's now fought by mushrooms on the mushroom planet of Kelpie.
Look,
It's-
Chromagill is not in the business of ruining ecosystems or utterly uprooting them, but he has no idea what he's doing. He's the first time his species has left their woods, and he's gonna make sure that they make their mark.
Go, my racist children.
No children of mine will have the hate in their heart that I do.
They'll be raised amongst the
They'll
other kinds.
they'll live among them to know that they're people too.
I want them to be better than me.
God damn it.
May they be blessed twice as much as me.
Anyway, you guys head to Dimswell.
I'm trying to find a mushroom pun for Atticus Finch.
There's gotta be one.
There's gotta be one. Chat's probably telling us right now.
I
Anyway, I need to move on.
yeah, no,
That's
let's-
fair.
we continue our journey.
So, you make it to Dimswell. The Malu are all there. They're all happy-go-lucky. They're like, the moment they see you, they just wave their stupid little appendages at you in glee. Yeah, it's like, how does this race exist? They're just too happy.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I just figured it out to kill a myconid.
Oh, fuck.
Go set a mushroom.
I used to work at Barnes & Noble. Cut me some slack.
That's fair. So you make it over to the library. There's the old Malu kind of just like sitting there, and Valtara is there inside, and she's like reading all these books. Micha is just sitting there with a cup of tea, just drinking, waiting for Valtara to finish.
I bust in, look at Voltara. You want to meet a god?
Her head turns 180, just this giant Triceratops woman.
We might have found another avatar of the collective one. It's
Their son.
chilling at the cove right now. As an aneurysm falls over,
Yeah.
Micha's
Micha.
Voltara's no longer available.
Micha just looks at her. Oh, good. So,
Oh, Micha, good. You're a doctor. You might have some applications for these. I got these recently. I'm hoping we can find a way to cultivate them, but they apparently have incredible uses for stamina and strength.
I'll say.
I hand over the wall fruit pouch.
Probably should have asked Gloriosa about that, come to think of it.
she looks at it, she takes a little whiff and puts it inside her mask. You watch her tail just...
See, it kicks right in.
all the fucking fur on her body just fluffs out.
I don't really know what kind of uses I would personally get out of it, but this fella smoked it, and I also kind of concocted that the possibility of maybe seeping it in tea could work, but you're more the expert on medicinal uses, so I figured you might know.
Wake sees the hair puff out. Is there lightning? What's happening?
Get a brush.
She like when you just say this out loud, she just looks at you, looks at her cup of tea on the over on the table.
Also, this is the last of its kind, so, you know, let's try to conserve it when we can.
Takes a gulp of it. So remember that scene where Master Roshi like fucking bulges out for like a half second?
When it gets super bulky.
Couple
Yeah.
of scenes like that.
Like
yeah.
the fucking what's that one with Dr. Willow? What was that movie?
Oh, the world's strongest.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
he
Does he
does
beef
that
up
in
now?
that.
Does he not like grow in size?
I don't think
No,
he beefs
he-
up on that
no.
one. I
He
think the
doesn't. He
Broly
doesn't
one's
beef
the
up.
only
He does it
movie.
in Broly, and he does it in Dragon Ball the first time he does the Kamehameha.
With the fire on the palace.
Okay, so imagine that. Like watches her muscles kind of like bulge a little bit.
Oh.
Not like super huge,
Yeah.
but like just like a form of mass. Like her muscles just like rigid up and became like way sturdier.
Vascular.
That seems useful. Wake
Very
rubs his
useful.
chin.
Very useful. She,
It's
like,
very
takes-
limited supply, though, and I'm entrusting it to you to perhaps find a better way to cultivate and use it.
Give me time, Chromagil, and I'm certain I can find a way to use this correctly.
That would be excellent
Words.
for the trials we have coming ahead. Thank you, Micha.
Indeed. Oh, and I don't know if this has anything to do with you, Wake.
It might.
But
Very
ever since we've been here, we've kind of had this problem where we couldn't like really do a lot of our research because that thing wouldn't shut the fuck up to us about something.
Wake looks at that thing.
It's the mimic chest.
Roy, how have you been, buddy?
The mimic chest like looks up at you. You watch as like 2 eyes appear from the top of it.
Oh god, that's creepy.
And teeth undulate from outside as it opens its mouth at you. What almost looked like the inside of a vacant case is now fleshy.
I also left Kevin here. I think I traded him for something.
I'm hungry. I can't take knowledge anymore. I need sustenance.
Wake leans over. He used to be our toilet.
I can't keep this facade anymore. I need food. Please tell me you have something. I promise you I will make it worth your while. I need sustenance. I can't constantly just eat mental arcana anymore.
I got you covered, buddy. Wake reaches into his pouch and pulls out the several pounds of unused coconut crab. Open up! Ha!
More.
All right. I reach back in. I had been collecting food for so fucking long. Give me a moment. All right. Coconut crab. Done. I pull out a monkey.
How are you preserving all of this?
Through the bag, I guess. I mean,
No, it's rotten.
it froze my arm off. I'm guessing it preserves shit somehow.
I guess it's starting to rot though because we didn't have any proper way to preserve any of
Used
this
to
shit.
eat poop.
Well, I know. That's why it's like
It's more of a concern for you.
It's more of a concern for you as you toss it in there. It's just like fucking Valtara and Micha just look at you like, oh god, what the fuck?
I pull out a rotting monkey, its eye just rolling out of its now mostly furless, bloated body.
Oh, I haven't had meat in so long. Please tell me you have
Here
more.
we go! Tosses.
Please tell me you have more.
I very much do.
Please, feed me!
Feed me! Feed me! Oh, feed me food. All right.
You watch this betray his father, and Micha and Valtar kind of like step back. They're just like, are you really sure we should be giving this thing meat, considering that we kind of had it on a, like, we had it on a diet to make sure it wouldn't have the taste for blood?
While they're saying that, I am throwing, I just have bird meat written down here. I have 3 pounds of bird meat.
It is covered in maggots at this point. That's old.
Where did those
Probably.
Were those maggots hanging out in the void of his bag?
But now we also get maggot meat.
Hey, you know what? More protein.
Toss it on in there.
Enjoy your supper, folks.
Does Roy have any taste?
Oh, I can't believe I haven't had this in so long.
Now here's Roy.
This thing looks like you watch as like the fucking like the ridge of the trunk is turning into a smile, and you've never seen him do this before, by the way.
You shattered him so many times. He's never seen
To be fair, we didn't do it directly. We used buckets.
I need you to roll me an insight. Actually, no, I need you to roll me a perception check.
Okay, I do have one last thing that's actual food, and this was more recent. I have 5 pounds of snake meat. Perception, you says?
Yeah.
19.
You can't. No, you know you didn't throw arms into here, and it didn't come from the monkey you just threw in either.
I have arms!
No,
They were in the bag originally,
no.
right?
When he's talking and the smile is appearing, you almost see like there's a fleshy arm that's on the inside. He's never shown human ability. He's never shown human limbs before.
Do it, Zito. I know where this is going. I have a feeling.
Sorry, Pliskin, you're watching the shit.
The numbers are just getting too big. We got too many fun things to see how they'd work.
Tell me there's more.
I have... How many of these do I have left?
Please tell me there's more. I promise you, I will make it worth your while, and I will do so many favors for you.
The last bit of meat I have are, I think, I think it was 3 Sviverblin arms. Sviverblin.
You're giving him intelligent meat. All right, roll a persuasion with advantage.
Cool. I mean, it's as smart as any meat.
Where is this going?
Persuasion with advantage.
I think we're gonna get a mimic friend.
I would look. We rode on a mimic ship forever. I mean, you guys didn't.
It's about time we had a mimic companion.
18.
An arm appears out of his mouth.
Yes.
And he like you watch this almost like it turns from brown like the inside like there's flesh, then there's wood, and then it's just this weird opaque canvasy like slimy hand that grabs it and slithers it back inside. He starts standing on what looks like white legs. His body starts to deform as like there's creaking. And you watch as, like, the hands are now becoming more white. This body is becoming, like, pale and humanoidish. A face appears from the top of the roof where it's not so much like a human's face. It's more like, it almost looks like it's, like, the stock of a boot. And then it's a flat top and its mouth still has this weird, fucking huge grin.
I'm just picturing.
So it's like a tin can sort of way.
Yeah, so it's...
I'm picturing a Dark Souls mimic, basically, is what I like. The arms and the legs, but the chest is mostly the head.
But he's becoming more humanoid. Like the body, like the chest itself, that's now part of his actual chest. What's standing before you is this lanky, slimy, completely grayed out creature. You have never seen this before, and no one here, even Fatreus' father, is just like adjusting his glasses. It's just like, oh my goodness, this is a mimic though, is it not?
Yeah,
History check of 4. I don't get this.
The creature now like still has like the limbs in its mouth, and it's like taking its arm and fisting it down his throat. So like the elbow is now hanging out of his mouth as he's putting the food directly into his gullet. He pulls his hand back out and looks to you all. Well, I guess I'm caught with my pants down now, aren't I?
If you wore them, maybe.
If you were to wear pants,
I
would
could
you wear
make them
like...
if that appeases you, friend Wake.
Honestly, I think I have some stuff to give you. Hold on.
What do you want to roll?
I'm torn between insight or arcana to determine what I just saw.
Arcana?
I'm torn between insight and to hit.
Insight to hit or to dump pipe into trash.
So Arcana.
Arcana. That is a 21.
Wow, with that, Morgan actually got this pretty fucking well. You've heard stories of creatures like changelings, things that could shapeshift. Though, this isn't a changeling, because changelings don't have forms that actually subside into this one thing. You have heard rumors from a bunch of people on Gast Isle that there is a possibility that through means of weird magic or through forced evolution, that mimics have somehow started to become sentient and almost humanoid-like. This is that such creature.
Wake removes Lancey from his finger.
Lancey looks at... Lancey's just there. The ring is now just there with a little teeth. Like, hey, what's up?
Hey, buddy. Want to go with your old crewmate?
I
point him towards Roy.
Roy?
I toss Lancey over to Roy.
Roy takes Lancey. He, like, grabs him and looks at him, and he's, like, looking at the ring. You were too hungry, weren't you? It's been a long time. I've very seldom had the taste of meat while I was here, and especially out in the middle of the water. Every time I tried to grab something, it would swim away. I couldn't reach it in time. I was just too weak to take this form anymore.
I heard about this. When I was still alive back on Gast Isle, I heard some of the lads talking about through certain circumstances, there have been claims of mimics actually becoming sentient, like humanoid.
I mean, these guys have always been sentient.
Right, Wake, but this is what a mimic, this is the natural state of a mimic, when they're not mimicking.
Blink, blink. Blink,
You remember that Roy told you that there were no true mimics on the Yeldon, that they were all transformed. Based on that story that Morgan has told you, you've been lied to this whole time, that there was actually one mimic on the entire ship that was real.
It was Roy.
It was a true mimic, and that was Roy.
Hold on a sec. I'm going to go scrounging to find Kevin, who I left here to answer questions.
Kevin's still sitting there. He's in a glass case.
I smash it and take it.
Whoa!
Patrace is falling. Ah!
We'll pay for the glass.
Shouldn't you be writing notes about this?
I'm trying to get to my notebook as fast as I can. He's a Malu. Morgan, he's slow.
Yeah, Morgan.
He runs 10 feet.
I'm
And
very
I'm
disappointed
still,
in you,
I'm dead and
Morgan.
I'm still walking.
I hand Kevin to Roy as well. Just deck him out with all the mimics I've collected.
And gave away.
I never gave Lancey away, and Roy sunk with the ship.
He just looks over at Lancey. Well, the jig is up, I suppose. Yes, you caught me. I'm the actual only mimic on the whole entire boat. The rest of them were all transformed by the abyssal mind flayers. I was the only true one that hitched a ride because they were being fed, and quite frankly, I'm known for being quite greedy about that.
Well,
You know how you could pay us off? Or pay us back for lying? There's some trouble brewing.
I mean, I don't have to pay you back for shit. Roll Arcana check.
in Wake's mind, interesting choice of words.
18.
18. Mimics can maybe be socialized with or be brought into diplomatic relationships with under the circumstances that they're always fed.
Okay.
Well, that at the
Yeah.
start of the end of that conversation, man, I don't know you shit.
Oh.
What if? I mean, we're going to war. A lot of combat, which means a lot of death, which means a lot of flesh, a lot of food.
You watch as his tongue kind of like folds out of his mouth. It's this weird sickly yellow, and it's like dripping slime, but it doesn't stop going as it's just dripping and dripping and dripping. It goes down to his legs, and it stops.
Real quick, just to interject, what would happen if he ate a demon?
I don't know.
Is it flesh?
I mean,
yes.
it is. I ate some, but as soon as it died, it all got ripped out. It felt really fucking weird. I'll be
That's
honest.
true. It did leave you after you had consumed it.
Valtar, no, not Valtar. Micha kind of just like looks to you, Wake. I'm gonna roll something to see if she stops you in your tracks.
Like, what are you saying?
Yeah, with a 15, she kind of like grabs you. Oh, what my friend is saying is, you could find yourself in a large banquet if you were to
smorgasbord, if you will.
if you were to assist us in combat.
Meat from another realm, no less.
Exotic.
Who wants to take the persuasion?
Wake's following. he gets it.
I'll do it.
I was gonna say his stomach is actually kind of a different dimension from what I understand. I have no idea where any of that stuff goes.
It's true because I could do. It is true. My body can not only digest flesh and other things, but I can hold things within me, kind of like an actual chest.
You
Yeah.
said persuasion?
I mean, I've been playing as one for how many is this?
That is 8.
Ah,
You were holding 8.
800 years.
Oh, you were counting the hundreds. I see.
It's been a while.
18 for the persuasion.
Persuasion.
I was knee-high to a redwood when I was 800.
Those were my teenage years.
Yeah, Chromagale, this guy's about as tall as you, by the way.
Just lankier.
Just way lankier.
Slender man looking.
Yeah, just and by the way, every time he speaks, like there are eyes that form on his body and then just like go away. Like he doesn't have eyes where his head where like normally they should be, but they're just appearing and then like little rows of teeth that appear on his body and then just go away.
He kind of has a constantly shifting body.
Yes. Well, I mean, I am showing you my true form and the fact that I'm not eating you all very quickly since you've been quite interesting over the years.
I'm not eating
I'm
you
going to say.
Done my best.
Yeah, you've been really entertaining, and I'm really not all about eating magic. That's very. It's like, oh, what's that thing you creatures eat? Oh, it's like eating a salad, like him. It's like eating a salad. It's not very filling, but it is something that goes inside of you.
I've been told that's what that's like. As a consummate carnivore.
Then you understand me, then.
I really do. It's why I had all that meat.
Well, from one kindred spirit to another, if you could supply me food, I will do my best to make sure it goes within my gullet.
I'm a natural-born hunter.
Well, if I could keep this form for 800 years, I suppose I can offer my services for a little bit more, so I can go back to my normal chest-like appearance in peace. Very well. Provide me with food, and I will be an extra sword for you.
All right.
So, I'm gonna have to put a quick halt on the game real quick here because I need to explain something.
Need to explain all the things that this guy is.
Yeah, I feel
Roy.
like I remember you talking about making a class or a race like this.
So, I have been working on something for quite some time now. I have been working on, for all the folks who have been sticking around for this game for 2 years, I am making something for you and putting it on the TFS Patreon. This is a race called the Mock, Playable Mimics.
Ooh.
As a fun little nod to you guys for sticking around since Chapter 1, I'm going to be passing this very, very soon onto the Patreon. You guys get to have this race for a month ahead of time before it goes out on DM's Guild for the public in December.
Nice.
Wicked.
So
what are some of the not to give away the whole Shazam there, but what are some of the
What's some perks or
some of the perks of this race?
they have this one of their abilities. They have 2 natural attacks, using their tongue and using their bite attack. You get extra advantages on using the bite attack if you attack with the tongue, which is very weak in consideration with what's going on, but it auto-grapples.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
If it actually successfully hits and breaks AC, it's an auto-grapple.
All right.
Sticky tongue into a big bite attack.
Yep, and the bite gets advantage if you are attacking a grappled creature.
Okay.
Right on.
The creature is allowed to hit you, however. It's trying to escape from you. So
course.
to make this not broken, the grapple only means that the thing that you're grappling can attack you and you alone.
Okay.
So it's kind of a taunt effect.
Yes. So yeah, basically, yes, it acts more like a taunt than it does a grapple.
And probably just not so much prone, but locks them in place.
Yes, but it also locks you in place. Your speed and the opponent's speed reduces to 0. However, there are additional racial bonuses that are available in this PDF that actually can fix that, adjust it, or make it different.
And you'll be able to check it out soon on patreon.com/TFS.
Yes, you will.
All right.
I'm planning to try and get it out by the end of this weekend.
Now, is that for all tiers, or is that going to be for specific tiers and up?
I feel that's going to be for all tiers.
Okay,
Nice.
cool.
Listen, this has been ongoing for quite some
Yeah.
time. I feel like
And-
I feel like I haven't done enough for
And
the
everybody
Patreon.
out there that has been supporting us throughout all of this, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's only gonna when it goes up on DM's Guild, it'll be the public release, and I'm thinking maybe $4.99 for everyone else.
Of course.
Nice.
So congratulations, as an option, Roy, who is a mock. He is a minor mock. He is a Shape of the Hammer sculptor. The sculptor, when he says blade, by the way, well, my blade is now yours. His arm. From his arm, you watch as from the inside of his wrist, from his own matter, pops up a white blade, like a scimitar. He
All right.
grabs it, and it forms into a scimitar, like a proper scimitar.
So, like the
Sculptors can create weapons based on matter,
That's-
any matter they want.
That's pretty sick. That kind of like the bad guys in Dead Zone. They
Yeah.
do that at the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So just pull the weapons out of them. Yeah.
And this is
Always a
a
cool
homebrew
trick.
class that is found on DM's Guild, and it's super fucking cool.
Right on.
So that pretty much means that you never need to buy weaponry or items ever again, because you could just basically just go.
Just feed this guy.
All you have to do is just slap the earth, pull it up, and whatever the earth was made of, there's your weapon.
He's an alchemist.
Full metal alchemist.
So, you have Micha, Valtara, Devil Grin, and now Roy as a option.
All right, now I know we're only allowed to bring 5 into battle
Good
with
lord.
us.
We're gonna have some trouble narrowing.
I
these down.
made sure that this was going to be a chore for you guys.
Oh, it
Thanks, you
very
gave
much
us
is.
homework.
My initial start off with this was I want to reunite the Wonders,
the OG team.
which is never going to be possible anyway. But now that we have a demigod and
and
Roy.
Oh, and by the way, I'm going to just say this for expediency because by next week, I'm going to have to be writing for the finale at this point.
Of course.
So, also, Red, Ziaka, and Scrung are options too, back at Bluey Cove.
Yeah, I had a feeling they were in on the game or in on the
So,
fight.
so after doing all this and telling everyone what's going on at Colas, Atreus' father pretty much just goes, "All right, well, I'll make sure this word goes out. We'll let the Templars know that's been going back and forth, taking care of all the demons, that this is happening.
also let them know about the sanctuary.
Yes, all this will be made known. So everyone you just went to this town for are all fucking aware
Control
of this.
C, Control V.
Yeah.
So now you return to Bluey Cove. Everyone, you haven't decided who you're gonna grab yet, but
There is one specific thing we have to do back at right before we
Oh,
we're
yeah.
gonna drop people off here.
well,
Yes.
here's the thing. You guys need to decide that. We could use what time we have now because after that, this is the end of the episode.
Oh, I know, but we need to sneak a certain giant demoness off of right.
Yeah,
It might
she's-
take a little bit of.
Yeah, we do.
Oh
Still
no,
have-
Sheldon told you so long as you come back at night, he'll make it work.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay,
I
so-
figured there was gonna be.
So it's not a heist. It's just more. If
It's
you're gonna get her, come under shadow of night.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we just wanted to make sure we snuck her out.
So basically, this is the part where I need you guys to choose who you're bringing.
All right. Well, first of all, I just want to flavor this like Wake pops up at Nedra's window late at night. Hey kid, want to go fight? Fist bump. Poof. We sneak her out under cover of darkness. She's covered in a cloak, and I don't know how you hide a 7-foot tall demoness, but
Oh, that's easy.
do we have something to shrink her?
No. That
I have a big sombrero. It will look kind of like she's another mushroom.
Risk
wait.
Risk follows you.
Wait,
What?
I can cast invisibility.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Sheesh.
She's now invisible.
Don't attack anything while you're invisible, otherwise the invisibility
She's
will
like
wear
biting
off.
her lip and like shaking her fist, just like, no!
Wake's just walking down the street to the portal. I'm guessing did Risp and Pliskin make up? Like, because I know we.
Oh, we're
sent
gonna have
them...
to find that out next time.
Okay, cool. Then hopefully they're waiting for us at Bluey Cove.
It's gonna be a shame.
Well,
when we
again, I
both of
can't
them.
do that until you decide what you're doing.
Of course.
I can't continue the scene until you decide.
Well, okay. I think. Look, if we're gonna get down to brass tacks here, talking out of character and such.
Nedra's a must.
I was
will
gonna
not-
say,
yeah.
yeah.
I
I
don't
was
think
gonna say,
anybody's budging on Nedra.
Nedra pretty much guaranteed. She's for
Right.
sure coming. I think that's.
I made this so difficult for them, Chad. I love it. It's great. It's fucking great. They have to make choices.
So we have 5 slots for the crew.
Yeah.
Others we can still partition to say like, hey, could
Yeah,
you
you
possibly
have
do
this
this for us?
job,
We
you have
need
this
you
job,
to do this,
yeah.
etc.
But as far as coming with us, being
Coming, just remember. Okay, I want you just to understand something here. This is for coming with you personally.
Yes. Yeah. This is
Yeah.
our vanguard.
Yes.
These are the people on our ship.
Yes.
And we
It's
can.
not.
Yeah.
I'm not saying.
assemble the party.
Yeah, assemble the party, but everyone else will maybe follow you. Like
So
this,
and we essentially have 5 other slots, so
pick.
like 8 in total.
Yes.
Like, so 3 of us.
your ship can
our
only
5.
handle 8 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will be honest. I think as much as I love Kanari, I think him sticking around with Ziaka and figuring their shit out so that they can be like support from the ground or wherever the fuck they're going to end
Yeah,
up would
I
probably
agree.
be more useful for the world.
Yeah, I can. As much as I want to see that up close and have Chromagill commenting on it, yeah, having him.
I can't believe I got Grant into Druids. Hell yeah.
And
I just want to be like, what is this? What's going? What are
Red
you
would
doing?
inevitably be sticking with Ziaka
Yeah.
and probably would not be coerced into going with Wake into anything.
I mean,
She could be, but theoretically, I think they'd want
Yeah.
to stick together.
I will say this.
do you? And remember, if you need a reminder on what each character is, I can let you know.
Right. because this was all new and it is something that he's promoting. We got to bring Roy.
I do really want.
You don't have to. I'm not gonna.
we don't have to.
But I'm curious.
I am endlessly curious, and Roy has been somebody that he was a part of the
I was
original
gonna
crew.
say, I was gonna say, Roy's maybe been in the crew longer than a lot of the people we're talking.
He
to.
is the real original.
What about Grammy, gentlemen?
Oh, I was going to
she's
suggest
so-
that
So
we,
then hold on. So we got Nedra. We got
Nedra is the only one
For sure.
for sure locked on this
right.
list.
So that leaves us with 4.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Choices.
Yeah.
of which Grammy is definitely up there in
Yes.
tiers for me.
I think Roy is up there for me at least.
Same.
Okay, so let's throw Roy on this list for now.
Okay.
That's 2 fighter classes that we're bringing with us, essentially.
Okay.
And Grammy
Yeah.
is a combat mage, is what I'm assuming.
Grammy?
Yeah. Is she-
Grammy is witches are debilitation and hexes.
Okay, so
debuff.
Debuffer.
She's a debuffer. She might have magic. She might have other magic spells, but think of it like just for that, like she is a debuffer.
Also a hell of a cook. Imagine getting.
And
to start
also
that fight with
Yit
Grammy
is a
again.
part of her too, because familiars are very important to the class. So he's there too as actual support.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, we got to have the mascot.
Yeah, I think that's a fair squad, which basically leaves what the
We have 2 slots open
Okay, 2
at
slots.
that point. So it could be Risf and Pliskin. It could be.
We also got Onslow and Relieve.
Relieve's not coming.
or
yeah.
not Relieve.
we
Onslow.
have Onslow,
Onslow.
who I would love to bring with us.
and
From-
old young Cle. Or wait, no.
No,
No,
that ship
we
has
burned-
sailed.
We burned that bridge. That's right.
You
made our
have
moral
You
choice.
burned that bridge.
Yes, I did.
you have Yogric and Surlag. You have Onslow. Yogric and Surlag act as one unit.
Yeah,
Okay.
Barabbas is available.
Yep. How I should explain wardens is think paladin, but instead of serving a god, you either serve a lord or a concept.
But we already have a warden. Let's see. Of the people on our list, Risp is no longer a healer, right? Like he's not.
He is a planar. Think of him more like he's a weird mixture of wizard and warlock.
I know wizards can heal.
I was gonna say, does he maybe have healing capability?
Your primary healer as of right now is
his potions.
nope is Micha and Slowbod.
There is no way we would have ever figured that one out.
He is a fiendish domain cleric.
Now look, we recruited him
I mean,
as a joke.
Yes, the
mostly.
choices are hard.
we do need support
But a cleric would be so good in this situation.
because it's a healer that can fight back.
Just throwing that out there. A cleric who could also maybe do some
Look
damage.
at Nick's face right now.
would
Look
be
how
fun.
fucking hard this is for him.
Well,
And we know he doesn't like other demons.
that's not necessarily true. They just hate him.
Okay.
He's probably the reindeer that wanted to play the games.
Look, if we fall on the side that Micha is gonna be our healer for this run.
Remember, she's a martial healer, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can understand.
She
that.
needs to be up close to you guys to be
Yeah,
effective.
she's not gonna be a range healer.
Then maybe we don't focus on healing.
Oh.
I mean, there is merit to. I still have a decent amount of healing potions, and
I
there
have
is.
a couple things that can heal me. I don't really have very
I
much
just
healing
have
other
healing
people.
word. That's and vampiric touch.
Grammy might have something, but she's not that utility when it comes to healing.
There is merit to glass cannon just blasting
Hey,
through
you know,
shit.
it's frequently how I've played things, so I'm not totally.
If we could
against
just
it.
get like a beef wall in there.
That's Nedra. She's
Yeah,
a-
Nedra's
Yeah.
beef
Yeah.
wall, Chromagilla's beef wall.
I'm CG beef wall.
Yeah.
All right, so you want me to run down the list so I give you a better
Yeah.
idea?
I've got the whole sucker here listed out, but the question, I guess, like with the 2 remaining, my personal vote would probably be for Risf and Onslow, but
For nostalgia's sake, I do like that. I might go. Damn.
Yes!
So I was going to say
I'm loving this chat.
I like Risk and I want to see what he's about. But I also really like Onslow.
And we do need range. I mean, Onslow's more of a,
Onslow is a gunslinger. That is
he's-
range.
He's a marksman, so having some range. A
You know
marksman
who else
with
has some good range though? Red.
it's true.
So does
She
Yaka.
does. I mean, if Morgan
Morgan's got a
does
gun.
have range, I've made sure that Wake has range by being
Yeah.
able to throw daggers, but it's not quite the same.
Yeah, Morgan is kind of like essentially.
I feel like your spells are more your damage dealer than a lot of stuff. But
Well-
I guess chromatic rounds.
Well, not just that, but also I have pretty decent weapons, especially with my dex now being +4. There's that. But having another ranged attacker would be nice.
Scrung wasn't entirely useful during the Chuadenja battle.
Well,
I
he
will say
he
that
was
much.
unconscious or whatever.
He was thrown out.
Yeah,
No,
was,
he was working on the portal.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
He was working on the portal. He's an inquisitive rogue.
Yeah.
Hey man, sneak attacks though.
He also doesn't seem to want to have anything to do with this.
Yeah.
There's his win. Don't bring him in. The only winning
You
move
know
is
what?
not
Good,
to play.
Good point. The only way we can give
So
Scrung
we
a win
have
here
to
is-
bring him because being Scrung is suffering.
It's the rules.
I want to.
I will say this, though. I actually forgot to mention this as well. I was going to throw in Fatreus if you ever so desired. He's an illusion wizard.
I'm good.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I figured as much, but I'm just like, yeah.
You're-
I'd wear. He'd be in like a Yoda papoose, just master blaster it with Chromagill or something.
I appreciate your enthusiasm, little one, but perhaps you should stay.
Blink, blink. One. He's the kind of guy that blinks one eye at a time.
Yes, he absolutely is.
We got 2 slots, gentlemen.
You have Devil Grin, who is martial, but his abilities act as range.
Yeah.
He's got the wind scars. so-
Yeah.
I feel like Roy ate up his position though. In my mind.
I kind of feel the same.
Slowbond just raises up.
Look,
I'm
for the
really
memes, I would
tempted.
love to bring Slowbot.
Same!
But I really don't think it is
if you guys want that vote, like we can have that 3-person vote, and you can take the majority on it.
We've got all these
Fiendish
beloved
domain
characters
cleric.
from time
Cleric.
immemorial, and then we got this fucking demon that we found who was so unliked by his own.
I want to
kind.
know what chat's thinking.
I mean, we'd at that point
You know what,
be
that's
bringing
fair.
our own Gabrazoo and our own
Blargest.
Barghest
I'm gonna-
into
The
fight.
cruel
Yeah,
irony of
Yeah,
that would
hey,
be
guess what,
enough.
guys? We're gonna fight fire with
Fire, yes. Again.
Oh man,
of fire,
a lot of
Red and the fireballs
people are
would
torn
be-
in chat. They're saying "fuck Slowbond," put in Pliskin.
Of course, Pliskin would have the would
Yeah,
have
chat would
have
super,
the
chat
would
would
have the
super
grassroots
stand
vote.
Pliskin.
Yeah.
But if I were to put in Pliskin, I would. Well, there is something to be said if we wanted to bring both Risp and Pliskin.
Remember, he's a curse. That means he has a controllable fucking shark.
A shark and
He has controllable lycanthropy.
So he's like Sabretooth from X-Men.
Yes.
I mean, okay, would it be poetic justice for Pliskin and Risp to be R2? Even though I kind of hate knowing that we're not bringing Onslow.
Oh, chat.
I'm such a
their
sucker for
decisions are
Onslow,
so hard.
to
I
be
love
honest.
it.
When you first said 8 people, I didn't count us, and that would have made this so much.
Would have been a squad.
Yeah.
Nah, it has to be tough, and I appreciate that, Zito. Let it be known, despite our suffering, and even if we end up with a team that I'm like, man, we didn't get anyone I really wanted. I want you to know, I appreciate the choice you're putting on us.
Because again, it's the last 2 slots.
Right now, I have Nedra, Roy, and Grammy.
Yeah, if this were like if it were like actually Wake thinking, he would probably have wanted Risp, because Risp was one of the people he got most close with on the ship.
Yes.
He also probably would have wanted Onslow, and he probably would have taken Pliskin instead of Roy.
Meanwhile, Chromagill has more attachment to Micha and Voltara than probably anyone else.
That's the thing. Like
Yeah.
you two both have a connection with them and an actual like bond, because like that
Yeah.
that's the traveling crew, especially you have
Yeah.
been with.
Yeah, and like his thought would be, if I'm taking this purely from probably Chromagill, which is me thinking about what I remember being important to the characters and things that he saw on his journey and stuff that mattered to them, Voltara seems really interested in the pursuit of knowledge and
really fucking hates demons.
yes, and has quite the bone to pick with demons. She could basically be seeing the world being ushered into a new age and be there to write it as a first-hand document.
I love that you're taking this in the Dark Souls approach, Grant. I
yeah.
fucking love it.
So we're We're basically dealing with the apocalypse, and that would give her a hell of a lot of stuff to write about.
So you would choose Voltara over Mitra in that situation.
I think Voltara would probably be. Also, size would have been a big thing where he like
Very
just
true.
you know what,
Yeah.
big
Voltara-
recognized big.
Voltara does have powerful build, which is she counts as a large creature instead of a medium.
Look, if we bring all of our toughest brutes, I don't think that's a bad move either.
So at that point, if we're
Plus Grammy and Roy, I guess, since they might not quite be brutish.
The way Roy is set up, he is a fucking full-on frontline fighter.
All right, well then,
Yeah.
okay, so he's a pretty big brute. So really, it's just all the brutes and their cook, Grammy.
So let's think of it this way, because tank, DPS,
technically
mix,
Dex tank as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mix, like hybrid.
I was about to say I'm
mixed sweeper.
a
He's
very
actually probably more DPS than Wake is, in all honesty. Like, the amount of spells that you have
Yeah.
and the abilities, you probably
Yeah.
are able to spit out a lot more damage, which would make me the hybrid.
Yeah.
I'm what's a good term? Like I'm a engagement DPS. I set
Battle
things
mage.
up.
Yeah, you're set up.
Yeah, I'm the closest thing to
Nedra-
a sword mage.
Nedra
basically.
is DPS with magic hybrid. Roy is DPS with utility, and Grammy is debuff.
See, look, we get Grammy and they're debuffing all of our targets, and then we just come in like a friggin' line of linebackers, just start charging through everybody.
I love how this is literally like a bunch of like World of Warcraft nerds planning out a raid right now.
I made sure that we had enough time to do this.
Right. I'm not against Voltara joining.
I feel like that's a
Voltara
little
is-
bit of new flavor mixed in with the old.
Yeah.
Voltara is support with
She is the one that we've seen the least of, because she got sick during our
That's
travels
true.
in Colas.
Yeah, she got kind of stuck.
I kind of want to give Voltara her due, like
Okay,
with
well,
this.
And a big dino lady, I think, would be nice to have on the front line.
All right, we'll throw Voltara in there in slot 4.
Now the last slot.
Wake would side pretty heavily with Risf. He is
Risf?
his goal. His
Risf
goal
was
is to
definitely the other
become
one I
a
was considering.
god, and he is here at the ushering of a new era of man. I think that is there's a number of poignancy to that.
I would be okay with Risk being there.
Risf is fucking mage DPS.
yes,
Yeah. I mean, that is range.
which we do need.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of upfront fighters here. Although Voltara, if I recall correctly, is more like utility. She's actually not great in a
Well, no,
melee,
she's
if I
frontline
recall.
support. She can tank a hit. Basically, based on that hit, she studies the enemy and then gives an ability to another person.
Ah, okay.
So she needs to take a hit and to study an enemy in order to give you guys buffs.
So she's got a tank.
War mage.
Which actually, honestly, would pair really well with me. Because I have a lot of stuff that's like, if one of my friends is being targeted, I get them.
Ah,
I get them-
synergies.
yeah.
Okay, now we're meta.
Yes.
I also offer control with the chains. So
Look, I can make her be feral or whatever, and it's just a
Turn her into a carnivore.
As
also,
long as Wake got his back-to-back moment with Nedra, it's cool. Like
Yeah.
there's a setup, a combination attack that I have been waiting to use in tag team
Oh, I know
formation with
exactly
Nedra.
what the fuck you're talking about.
Yes, you do, because I talked about. I'm like, can we get this tag team fight? Because I'd really like to.
Maybe
bring this
not
out.
now, but soon.
It has to be soon, or it's never.
coming up on the end.
So
Uh,
Nah, I want this to be the player's choice, not the chat's choice.
I'm going
we can
to.
still see what they're into, though.
Oh no, I'm seeing what they're into, but I don't want that to be chat choice.
No, yeah, I guess what I'm saying is we can put a poll so they can see a numerical result to how they feel on things.
I tried to make a poll myself and couldn't remember all the names or how to spell them, so other guy won.
Other guy.
let's see. So
To me, it's between Risf and Onslow. I think Risf has more poignancy on the battlefield itself.
I think I am leaning Risk out of anyone, personally.
you know what? Sure.
Then I think that's a pretty solid squad.
Let's
right
bring
there.
the little planeswalker.
All right, so the final team:
Nedra,
Sorry.
Nedra,
Roy,
Grammy, Voltara, and
and
Risp.
Risp.
Do you accept this?
confirm.
I can take that.
Yep.
I can go with that squad.
Click
Confirm.
yes.
Stamps.
And
approval.
this is where we will stop the episode for now.
All right.
Oh boy.
We're going to be taking a week off next week to let Zito figure out how this melee is going to
Prepare
go
I have
down.
a lot of shit to write right now.
I mean, we have much stuff that we have to do in terms of still delivering the final little package that we've been meandering around with for a
Well,
bit.
you know.
But before we go today,
We do have fan art.
we got fan art. We gotta look at the
Let me get the
party
Discord.
arts.
Let me get the Twitter up real
Tweetar.
quick.
Twitter.
The Twitter.
Tweety
And
the door.
Tyler will adjust the camera. Look! Oh! It's moving. Behold our panel ceiling.
You okay?
I was hiccuping in the middle of doing a voice. I wish I had. I know I've talked about this before. I wish I had more range so I could just be Dr. Orpheus all the time. Just,
Well,
You want to be a wizard or a warlock, or a sorcerer?
yeah. I just want that delivery.
this is a weird thing to mention, but I have talked to Scott and some of the other guys about having like little VO workouts
Ooh.
with everybody. That's something I use.
Submit your soul to me!
Do not be hasty upon entering that room. I had Taco Bell for lunch.
Night.
Yeah.
All right, we're ready.
All right. Let's take.
Oh,
wow.
all right.
Oh, I didn't know this was gonna make the list. That's
From
great.
Setos to Stare, Live Studio Brian. You may remember
you gotta
me.
do it.
Yeah, come on.
Hi, I'm Brian Olvera. You may remember me from such things as Dragon Ball Super, Borderlands 3, and 50 other anime shows I can't remember off the top of my head, including No Guns Live.
You can remember that one.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that's one you remember.
Well, that's something I recently announced, so.
From Setos to Stare.
Awesome, Seto.
Oh boy,
Yes.
here we go.
Nailed the facial hair too. I love it. Hold on.
There we
Yeah.
go.
No, make it big. There we go.
This
Yeah.
Was on, this was on Disney Plus. You'd be widescreen.
Yeah, I'm very.
Long chested.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm 6'3". What do you want?
All right, next up.
Nice.
From oh, sorry, the name just kind of like faded out on me here. From Tyson Creever. No message, just wake.
No message. Just me. Ghost hand!
I don't know if I've seen people do ghost hand like that, where it almost looks like there's like,
The spectral bone.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I was gonna say, a sort
Like,
of skeleton in it.
Like the ghost astronaut in Scooby-Doo, the X-ray.
Yeah.
effect.
Oh god, that guy!
Best laugh in the biz.
Yeah.
He is the best villain. You can't tell me otherwise.
My favorite Scooby-Doo monster for sure.
Yeah.
Next up, thank you so much, by the way.
More so than the creeper?
I think so.
Oh.
Calliope from Tanuki.
My angel.
Well,
What's with the halo? Why?
Well,
That means she's dead, Wake.
No!
she's no longer hungry.
Oh!
Heart.
Oh, Grant!
Trying to figure out the nicest way to put this.
How?
Ouch.
Being curt is not exactly something my people practice.
Ow, man.
God, Rick, I can understand that. Next up,
Being wake is sad. Oh, that's Bangarang.
Bangarang Aliko. Wake, Morgan, and Chromagill realize the mistake they made when accepting the moonshine.
Just dump it on me.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, God, no.
I definitely feel like Bangarang is so good at just showing discomfort on camera.
Or sorrow.
Like Wake right here is just side-eyeing that brew, something fierce. Like just
That face on Morgan was me on my 21st birthday after my 5th shot.
it's like, well, I don't know if I like
Thank
this.
God there's a bed behind me.
I don't remember
I
what
like that you
my
can see Wake's ghost claws.
Oh, yeah, just...
I don't remember what happened on my 21st birthday. The only thing I last remember after taking so many shots was falling asleep at French fries.
Sounds like an interesting
Okay.
birthday.
It was we went to
Happy
a diner and then I just
Oh, you passed out
21,
like
yeah.
in the booth
Yeah.
of the restaurant. Okay.
Here we go. Glug, glug, glug.
Wake, it's
Hold
me, Calliope. I'm
You got
totally
this,
alive.
I'm just gonna do it. I'll see you soon.
Oh, look at that.
from Kaiju Fang, after seeing the wholesome reaction to my last Nedra picture, I just had to make more.
Adorable.
She's so cute.
She's poking through her little kagurumi. Sharkarumi.
That shark got its nose pierced.
Oh no. It's a vampire shark.
That's its face.
No, we killed all of them.
It died by swimming
Or
in
did we let one
the.
go?
It
I don't
died
remember
by
anymore.
swimming in the running water.
Yeah, you kind of like let one go.
Did we? Oh
Yes.
man, I forgot about
The
that.
sun would eventually come up.
That deep under the water?
Depends on how deep
There is the
shark goes.
Kelpie is 90% water.
It could probably get really deep.
It can
it's
get
probably-
pretty fucking deep.
Although if you're playing by the rules that you set for your vampires, if it's in the running water, it will die.
Ah, okay. There we go.
Unless sharks somehow have like an
Zito suddenly
immunity.
realizes he has to rewrite the fleet of vampire sharks.
No, they're fucking dead. I just got rid of them.
Cue the.
I
theme from
I
Deep Blue
choose
Sea.
I choose to just throw them
It
away.
was more of an obstacle than a
Yeah.
than a world-ending threat.
Next up,
He eventually got
Gita
killed.
Zeke.
Yes.
A Van Helsing whale.
Yes, the vision you saw.
Oh yeah.
from Gita Zeke, Onslow the Kaiju.
I am Onslow.
Onslowzilla.
No, son!
Oh, that's great.
All these.
Nice.
I think we have one more. Oh, wait, hold on. Tyler believes he has a way to put this somewhere.
There we go. OBS can sometimes.
Oh, God, we're all
Tyler, you
hideous.
broke
What have I done? Ah, look at all the blueies.
Look at the last one from Juliefish, a.k.a. the blind artist. Don't forget Indigo, Teal, Azure, and Cobalt.
It's the Bluey camp if you look at it sideways.
We're all blueies. Don't worry about it.
Ow, my head.
They're like Smurfs.
Please set it right so we can see it.
Errors have been made.
God damn it!
You flipped it. No, you need
Now
to
it's
flip it back.
backwards.
Flip it back and then rotate it.
Okay.
some-
One set's been
I
fixed.
don't remember the exact number. but-
Rotate 90 degrees.
Yeah.
Or, something?
Yes, 90 degrees.
Or negative 90.
It should be a right-click thing that you can see.
No!
Oh, we're getting there, we're
Okay.
getting
Now
there.
do that twice more.
Yeah, just do that 2 more times. Hey!
Woo!
The blueies.
Look at them.
With all their fucking cursed emoji faces and everything.
My name is Dave.
I'm Dave.
Who's that guy over there with the knife?
I love the Adventure Time horse face.
Yes, I was just
Yep.
thinking that.
He's Bluey.
Good stuff. Thank you all so
Adorable.
much for joining us here today. Again, we'll be off next week while Zito prepares and I go on my road trip to my bro's wedding.
Ooh.
Nice.
We will see you guys next time at the table. Have a great one,
Get out of
Wonders.
here, Bluey. Get out of here. Go. There, thank you.